Oh, the kitty has phased from existence. Oh, there's a...
Oh, nope, there's a tail.
Nope.
Hello?
And hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. Oh, the Roberto robot. That's funny. Does he have a stat called Scantanium Armor?
Oh, wait. There she is.
Dude, it's so fucking great. Somebody messaged me, he's like, please get the reference. I'm like, yes, I do.
Not best.
Aw, she's so fat. I'll have to come visit her soon. Well, anyway, hello. We are finally actually properly live.
Or are we?
For...
You'll never know.
Well, I'm gonna prove that we're actually live. Hello, Becca. Nice to see you too.
This is a pre-recorded message.
Like she would tune in.
And the audio is goo.
No, I don't know. I don't
help
know.
you?
That doesn't seem
It's...
fair.
Bree is just a goat. She can stand on a 90-degree incline.
Small child.
So, yeah. Hello, welcome to our first live session in about a month. Zeke's fault. So, to get first little bit of dealy doos out of the way, donations are never required, but they are always appreciated. If you'd like to support us, please consider becoming a Patreon. All proceeds from the subscriptions go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps to keep the podcast alive and well. Huge special thank you to Martyr and Arshern, two of our Patreon supporters. If you would like to see past adventures, you can watch the VODs on our YouTube channel or listen to our podcast that is on multiple platforms such as iTunes and Spotify. So, yeah, does anybody else have anything that they want to share, talk about?
Always required.
Except for Kayla?
Never.
Anyone else? No one else?
We're good.
Kayla very obviously has the hiccups. Fucking go sniff some peanut butter or something.
I can scare you.
Let's back up just a little bit.
Sniffing peanut butter?
So, sniff what?
Stephen Payton, a guy that I roomed with in college, swore up and down that if he ever had the hiccups, you open up a jar of peanut butter and you just take a big whiff of it, and the hiccups just gone. I have my own
I'd
methods
like
of
to
getting
see
rid
the
of peanut
science
butter, so I
behind that.
never really attempted it.
I would consume.
You would start to sniff and then just eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, Kayla, apparently your hiccups are adorable. Her sneezes are adorable too. She's got little tiny mouse sneezes.
Keep down.
All right, well,
Excelsior.
Down.
I guess without anything else really to talk about, thankfully PAX is not going to impact our streaming schedule. That will happen in between our sessions, so we won't have any more pre-recordings for any of that. So do not worry. However, some of us may actually be at PAX, so if you go, keep an eye out. It's a gamble who. Okay, so yeah, if that's it and we're ready to go, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
I still
Huzzah!
drink.
Do it.
You need
I think
a fucking
I
drink
think
to get rid of
Kayla
the
needs a
hiccups.
drink.
Yeah. Okay, let us get some ambiance for the recap.
Serenscape. That's what I forgot.
How dare you?
How
You
dare
have two jobs. One, to mock my announcement donation read, and two, have Serenscape open. 2.5 is B Venera. So, moving on to the recap. The Tempests had traveled to Drybell to investigate the disappearance of the entire town. They investigated the town and found no sign of the people apart from a journal of the tavern keeper's final days. Their search led them into the town's silver mine, where they encountered a host of fungal creatures defending the pathways. Descending further into the pitch dark, they came to the discovered entrance of a buried city. They rescued an Illithid named Qhiph'aks, who helped them navigate the long-lost city, though he seemed to not be quite right in the head after an age of loneliness. He just has hiccups in the back of his mind for like thousands of years.
So
I lost my place. Where? Okay. After a bit of questionably stealthy travel, the Tempests finally faced off against the creature that caused all the devastation. The mushroom tender was not quite what the group was expecting, but soon showed her strength. Through some clever spells and some matrix-level dagger throwing, the mushroom tender was slain and the body was burned to ash. Qhiph'aks explained that they were lucky to have killed her before she was able to reach her full strength. As the group returned to Qhiph'aks' tavern to recuperate, Zaan chose to rob a bank. They found that they were wading through streets clogged with the tender's reinforcements, dropped dead in their tracks with their creator's demise. We now rejoin the party in Qhiph'aks' tavern as they decide what they wish to do next. So, you are all still in the buried city of Solvien. What are you doing?
Who wants to go first?
Oh yeah, that's right. I destroyed one bank. I want to destroy the other bank.
Okay. So you go to. Were you going after the big one or the small one this time?
I destroyed the big one, and you said there was nothing in there. And the small one
Correct.
that I only opened, or Kasumi only opened like
I think she opened one.
one or two boxes.
I think she opened one. I think you broke one open.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so you go and investigate the previous bank. Are you getting Kasumi's help with this, or are you just kind of going to town?
You like opening stuff, Kasumi?
I suppose as long as they don't belong to anyone anymore.
Yeah, they're all dead.
All right, let's go.
You just see one box labeled cat.
Okay,
Can't touch that one.
So the pair of them leave the tavern to go across the street to where Zaan had been ripped through the doorway to start looting through some of the existing loot boxes. So while they are off doing that, is anyone else doing anything?
Yes. Go ahead, Biz.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. I don't really know how you wanted to do my thing. Do you want to do this one building at a time, or just kind of a overarching?
Let's just give a kind of a blanket thing, and then I'll kind of pick and choose kind of who's
Okay.
going where.
Rick is going to spend whatever time he has investigating the library again, the college, archives, Scholar Enclave, any place of higher learning, basically, and the Runecraft building and the Temple of Kadal, looking for anything magical. Anything he finds that looks maybe magical, he'll take the time to cast Identify as a ritual. He's looking for any books and writings containing forgotten or even new info about the gods. Anything
Jesus, you had
about
a fucking novel. God, 20 words or less. Fucking hell. So you're looking for magical stuff. You're looking for literature.
yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
What,
Okay.
What kind of craft? What kind of craft was it again?
The Runecraft.
Oh, the
building.
ruined craft. Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
The ruined
Runecraft?
craft.
The Runecraft?
Rune.
Rune?
Rune.
Rune?
Leviosa.
Vanera, you got super quiet there. I could see your mouth moving, but
I know, because I was hiccuping.
fuck. She's back, baby. Pez,
You
you
made me
raised your
drop my
hand.
pen.
I didn't make you do shit. You made me fucking
You-
fall out of my chair. Pez, you raised your hand. You had something you had in mind to do?
Yes.
I messaged you what I was doing.
Yeah, it's more for for posterity,
now.
so that other people know what you're up to.
I forgot what I was doing, so I messaged you, and I was hoping you would remember, but you didn't remember.
I do remember what you're doing, but I can't be forced to.
Quiz time.
Please parent me.
Hold on. Looking at my script. He is
Out of
looking
my
for anything
hand.
that he can tinker with. So to the market.
Okay, so Pez is heading off towards the trade district. Vanera, was there anything that you were doing again?
I'm with Brick.
Okay, so you two are going to look for mostly
We're
literature.
going on a date.
So,
Books.
you all are sitting around at the tavern discussing what you were going to do, talking about where you're going, so that if anything happens, you know where everyone is. Qhiph is sitting there, and he's playing cards with his straw people, and goes, "Okay, well, good luck. Don't get lost. Or fall in the canal. Don't know what's in there."
Hiccups.
Come on, no,
Goodbye.
no.
So, you all exit the tavern, go your separate ways. Zaan and Kasumi, you two go across the into the building adjacent to go after the bank and any of the boxes that you can possibly get open. So, how are you guys intending on rooting around through the safety deposit boxes?
Are these metal?
Yes.
Okay. She's just gonna stand there. Which one do you want first?
How are they organized?
Up, down, up,
All
down,
the
up,
same
down.
size.
Top to bottom.
All right. So she goes to work on the first box, trying to get it open.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. Got it. That is a 7.
A 7. Okay. You reach up to the first one, and it's kind of high, and you're kind of fiddling with it, and you can't quite seem to get the angle because you're having to reach over your head to get it. So it doesn't seem to... You know how the tools are supposed to feel when you're getting that perfect little angle at the latch, and you're just getting no rotation.
Well, let me try this one. And she goes to one that's like directly in front of her, like
Okay.
normal angle.
Roll another investigation check for me.
Okay. 12.
12. As you are going at it again, you realize that something feels a little off. You pull your tools out, you look at it for a second, you grab the handle and pull, and it opens. And you kind of look over to the one beside it, that one opens.
Well, I've done all I can do here. The rest is up to you, Zaan.
Zaan's gonna just grab the wall, start shaking. It's open.
So Kasumi backs
Zaan's
off a
bash.
little bit to allow Zaan to just go full rabid mode and just start pulling things out.
Wait. I can make this better. Hold 1 second.
Oh god, I'm worried.
Zaan's gonna cast Gust of Wind
Oh god.
towards us.
Okay, so you see Zaan waving his hands, and he sort of pulls towards himself, and both of you are fairly fluffy creatures, so your hair and your tails are floofed backwards, and the wind rushes out the busted out door. Nothing really seems to happen.
She's like getting her hair out of her face. Why was that necessary?
That went very different in my head.
I was really hoping you would just pelt it with metal boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start just pulling.
I'm not gonna lie, I considered it, but the wind would have to have come from behind the boxes, and that's not really possible. So he basically just took all the air in the little room and just shoved it out the door behind him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start opening the box like normal and fuck it.
Okay, so you take a few minutes, and as you pull a box, you pull another box, more boxes faster. They all seem to be empty.
Zaan's gonna hit something really hard. I don't care what it is.
Using
With
your
my sword.
hand. Oh, you're with
Sword.
Your sword. Okay.
Sword. Yes, I'm gonna punch a metal wall with my fist. Ah!
I don't know. I had to check. I had to know if I was going to roll damage for you or not. Okay, so you go and swing at the wall. There's a heavy clang. You dent a few of the boxes, and one of them even gets kind of split, sort of like... but your frustration's taken out, and you hear in the back of your mind that... And as it gets a little bit louder, you hear Kip in your mind. Y'all okay?
It's empty.
Well, yeah, it's empty.
Zaan
I
has
to
to
do this
really,
stuff decades ago.
Zaan has to really consider really hard not to consider killing someone.
Specifically, someone with tentacles on his face.
Yeah, something with tentacles on his face.
What, you just looking for the shit that's in these boxes?
Yes.
Well, I looted this shit hundreds of years ago, looking for anything that might be useful. Not much of it was anything I really needed.
And where did you put it?
Oh, I traded with Santino at the pawn shop.
Assuming I have to go to the pawn shop.
There's a pawn shop down here?
Apparently there is. In fact,
Yeah.
going there somewhat.
It's a loose... as you, like, haul ass around, it's a loose translation! So...
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Zaan's already out the door.
We've returned this whole time. It's been one piece.
So, Brick, I know you're not here, but you know that room that you went into and messed with the creaky cabinet? The pawn shop is
kidding.
right across the street from there. So, Kip directs you to where the pawn shop is, and you kick the door in your frustration. You see a straw person standing behind the counter. What do you do?
Oh no.
Gonna leave that for later and see what happens before I make any brash decisions. Zaan's gonna look around like a fucking hawk.
Okay.
Anything. Secret.
Kasumi, are you following after?
Kind of chaperoning at this point in time.
Okay. Kip seems to have gone back into the tavern now that he's been done with investigating the noise. So you go over to the pawn shop. You see the doors are both swung wide open, and Zaan is just looking around the room for anything that he can see. There doesn't seem to be anything in the main room, but there are a pair of doors behind the straw mannequin.
Zaan's gonna cut him down with a sword.
The straw person?
No, the doors. The doors.
Well, you said,
God.
It
Not
sounded
the
like you
straw-
said you're gonna cut him down.
Cut them. Those are
Them. Okay.
The straw person's later.
So you bring your sword out, and you're about to swing, realize the straw guy's in your way, and you kind of shove him aside later, and then you just slice through the doors. Roll an attack.
Oh, 15 plus... What is my modifier? It's over 20.
Okay.
22.
Easy enough. The doors are a fairly easy target, and you've taken down stronger. You slice the doors open, and what greets your eyes would make even a grown Rosa King weep. There is just a pile of shit in this back room.
Like,
Glittery-
literal shit?
No, like...
Oh, thank God.
If you'd let me finish, there's piles of coins, there's paintings, there's all kinds of jewelry. It would appear that this is probably where most of the items that were stored in the bank ended up after hundreds of years of being alone.
That Kasumi, I think I found everything.
What did you find?
Oh, I said everything. I meant everything.
Okay, so she's gonna walk up and try to peer over in
Behold, mine stuff.
Well, so you show up to the doors, and the way he had cut them, the bottom halves are kind of leaning in, and the top bits are just sort of hanging off of their one hinge. But he is standing before... You see the back room, and it's literally just everything is piled in the center, as if whenever Kip came to trade for something, he got done with the conversation, went into the back room, just sort of chucked it. So some of the things are a little bit busted. Some of them seem to be decently intact.
And how do you plan on carrying all of this?
I'd find something.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I can help you look through it.
Yeah, I'll give you permission to look through my stuff.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
High five!
Okay.
So, I will say Kazumi is gonna help. She really doesn't have interest in like the coin or money, but if she sees anything that has like dragon memorabilia on it, she'll take a second look at it.
Okay. So either both of you roll a investigation check as you start sorting through everything, or you can give one or the other of you advantage.
I'll give Zaan advantage.
Okay.
Thank you. 19 plus, I rolled a 3. So I rolled that, I'm
yeah.
like, this
You're
is
welcome.
not me. Investigation
Should not
is
have allowed you to
plus
give
1.
advantage. That would have been way better.
Not natural 20.
Okay. You sort of start sifting through it in such a way that here's a pile of coins that can be sifted through later. It's a hefty amount and might take you quite a bit to go through and count everything. So you shove that all aside and you start sifting through things that seem a little bit more interesting. There's about 18 gemstones that you set aside from the coins. They're all different kinds of colors. There's amethysts, pearls, ambers, jades, probably quite a bit that you can make from there. Of the items that are still intact, there is a brass mug with jade inlay. There is a large, well-made tapestry that looks like it may be a portrait of the city. There's a silk robe with gold embroidery, a couple of gold rings with a deep red gemstone. You see a small leather bag with a faded silver drawstring around the mouth.
Wait a second, say that one again.
There is a leather bag with a faded silver drawstring around the mouth, and it has a bit of heft to it. Feels like something may be inside. There is an intricately carved wand of wood about the length of a forearm. Near the base is a smiling mask on one side and a scowling mask on the opposite.
On this wand?
On the wand. On the base of the wand. And there is a fairly bland-looking jug with the mouth stopper. It looks like it could possibly hold about a gallon of liquid. But when you pick it up, it feels like it's maybe half full.
Okay.
Otherwise, the other items there is a broken goblet, a ruined portrait painting that's maybe yay big, sort of split in half. Yeah. So this takes you the better part of, I'd say, 10-20 minutes, because as you're moving coins, you're seeing things stick up, and you have to kind of like shove it off to the side and extract it, and so it takes you better part of half an hour.
So real fast, because I know that we're probably going to move on to other people here in a little bit. Can Zaan cast Detect Magic?
Can you?
Well, Maison cast Detect Magic.
I don't know.
Fucking
Can
ass.
Well, I'm asking because do you have it prepared?
Yeah.
Then you can
I've been
cast it.
prepared for like forever. I just never used
Then just tell me that you're casting Detect Magic.
Detect Magic. It's on.
Okay. The bag, the wand, and the jug all ping on your radar as magical items.
Damn, okay.
I know what the jug is, and I'm really hoping I'm right.
Zaan's gonna open the jug. Bucket.
Okay. You open the jug and you get a odd scent. It's not what you would expect from a jug like that. It looks kind of like something alcoholic should be in there, but it's not quite alcoholic. It's not quite like water. It's not really like a juice. It's not unpleasant, but it's strange.
Asumi. Smell.
What?
Smells the jug. I don't know
Why?
what it is, but this is very bad. I should know what it is.
She's just gonna give you a very quizzical look before she leans in and just takes a little sniff.
It's as I said to him, it seems to be a mixture of smells. It almost smells alcoholic, but then it kind of smells like a regular juice. It smells like it might be some really clear water. It's really hard to pinpoint what you're smelling. It's not terribly unpleasant, but you can't quite pick out what it is.
I mean, if this was a jug full of vines, that would be great.
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's
Maybe
magic.
Kip knows what it is.
Very possible, but it is magic, so we're definitely keeping it. Also,
Okay.
that bag. Zaan points at the bag. That bag is magic.
How is the bag magic?
I don't know. Zaan's gonna open it while holding it in between the two of them.
Okay, you open up the bag and you see inside is about 60 feet of silk rope.
Silk rope.
Silk rope.
Huh.
Leaves it.
Can Zaan pull it out of the bag?
Yeah, pull it out of the bag. Feels like rope that you've used before for sailing, rigging, that kind of thing.
So, detect magic is still going. Is the rope magical or is the bag magical?
The rope appears to be magical. Becca, no, bad.
Becca. We saw that.
I don't know. The rope is magical.
Huh. I mean, if we don't need it, we could sell it and probably get some money for it.
Probably have Brick identify all this stuff.
Oh, wait. I think
can't
I
see
can do that too.
You two,
I think I can do that too.
Why?
can you do that, Kasumi?
Saw your.
1 second. Dramatic pause.
Dun dun dun.
That's a thumbnail right there.
No, no.
Dramatic pause. Ah.
She's gonna reach out and touch the rope and cast Identify.
Okay. As you touch the rope, it takes a second, and through your arcane practices, the purpose of this item enters your mind. This is a rope of climbing.
Not what I thought it was.
Okay. She's
So,
gonna relay that.
Whichever one of you wants to add that to your inventory, it does have magical effects. I'll
I'm
actually
gonna
go
add
ahead
all of
and
this and divvy it out.
read it out
Okay.
for you
But
guys
please
real quick.
tell it. Please tell you.
So it's a 60-foot length of silk rope that weighs about 3 pounds and can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you
Damn.
hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end to move towards a destination you choose. That end moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 feet on each of your turns until reaching its destination, up to its maximum length away, or until you tell it to stop. You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, or to unfasten itself, to knot or unknot itself, or to coil itself for carrying. If you tell the rope to knot, large knots appear at 1 foot intervals along the rope. While knotted, the rope shortens to a length of 50 feet and grants advantage on checks made to climb it.
So, is it objects only you can tell it to tie to?
You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object.
So, if somebody's made of metal, are they technically an object?
I know where you're going with this, and I think it's going to depend on a dice roll when the need arises.
Fantastic. I'm gonna make
So
that
you're
put this
saying
in my-
there's a chance.
Go. Put this in my bag for later.
Kasumi's also gonna grab the jug
Yeah. I was
From
about to say,
you?
if you-
and she's gonna cast Identify on it again.
Okay, you cast.
What are you?
You cast Identify on the jug, and in your mind comes the name Jug of Many Things.
Hmm.
So, Explain, Kasumi, what is this?
Still learning.
I was gonna say, insert Pez's. Oh, why? This is DM. An ordinary-looking jug that appears to be able to hold about a gallon of liquid. The mouth is stoppered with a cork. The jug feels like it is about half full. Uncorking the jug will allow an aroma to waft out. The scent changes after each uncorking and produces only a mouthful of liquid at a time. If you drink from the jug, roll a D100 and tell the DM your result.
Uh-oh. That looks like trouble. Don't drink that.
Make it double.
I'm considering doing this. I don't have a D100 though.
You roll 2 D10s.
Are you taking a drink of it?
I'm gonna wait for you to identify the other object, then we're gonna have a swig.
It's the cousin to the object I thought it was.
All right. So the goblet.
The goblet? The wand.
Didn't you
the
say
wand.
that?
The wand.
Oh, the wand. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
The goblet was broken in half. It was kind of junk. The wand
great.
is a wand of smiles.
Ooh. Oh, 1 second. I gotta write this down so I can destroy it later.
I'm so mad at you!
Okay, wand of smiles. Please tell me I'm gonna make other people miserable with this.
So the wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and target a humanoid you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be forced to smile for 1 minute. The wand regains all expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand transforms into a wand of scowls.
Makes somebody upset too. Oh my god, this is the greatest setup ever.
All of these items can be found through your manage inventory, and they can be added like normal.
Okay, so that out of the way. Hey, Kasumi wants to take the first drink out of this.
No.
Okay, Zaan's gonna go ahead and do this.
She's gonna take like 5 steps back away from it.
Okay. Zaan, please roll a d100 or 2 d10s.
So do 2d10, so I just roll 1 at a time, and the first number is 1, and the next number is another.
Yes, the first one rolled will be the 10s, and the second will be the 1s, unless you roll a double 0, which gives you 100.
Roll 69.
69, of course you would. Give me just a moment.
Sorry, I'm looking at it, I'm like, are those both 6s? I'm like, no, one of those is a 9.
Oh no.
So, Kasumi, you see Zaan tilt back the jug, lowers it down, he kind of... I need you to roll a 1d4, please.
That away, 1 second. No. No, there we go. 4. Oh boy.
Okay. You see him sit there for a second, go, not bad. Slowly starts to fall backwards, and with a heavy thud, lands on his back, jug on his chest, and he starts to snore.
Well, she's gonna just very slowly walk over and very like gingerly pick up the mug and cork it. And
I hear him in his sleep. Mug.
she's gonna try to like, Zaan, wake up. She's gonna like poke his face a couple times.
He is out.
If you want to know what I would do, I'd put Zaan on the gold. He sleeps really well on the gold.
You're asleep.
Well, I guess we're gonna wait this out, and she's gonna start counting the coin that's over there.
Okay. So you begin counting the gold. It's gonna take you quite a bit. Let's move on to Pez, since he's gonna be on this side of the city for a while. Pez, you were looking. Sorry, I'm trying to log into this. I didn't realize that I wasn't logged into this, and that kind of I was wondering why I wasn't able to see half of my shit.
So there.
I know, it's just... It's just the worst.
You dipping in the wrong piggy pond.
Out there.
Where the hell? Where are we?
Consume it real fast. Did you want to add the jug to your inventory?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that while you're snoozing.
Yeah, I'm gonna add the other stuff to mine.
That's gonna it needs to be what we do around the campfire every night. Just like, okay, time to take a swig.
As would die.
And there we go. Oh, yes. Get rid of that. Okay, so moving on to Pez. So you begin wandering to the opposite side of this, or not the opposite side of the city. You take a right out of the tavern, go down the street, and you had seen the map, so you know basically where you're going. And you begin to root around through the trade district. You know that there is a general store, there's a bunch of warehouses, so make a investigation check for me, please. Since
Aye,
you and
Captain.
Hamburger are taking your time, there's no immediate threat.
Do I get advantage? That's pack tactics.
This is not combat. Good try, though.
It can be combat.
If you get into a fight with the box, we'll think about it.
Bet.
You said perception, right?
Investigation.
Investigation. Where the hell is that? 19.
19. Okay. So you take your time, you know what you're looking for, and you've got plans in your head. You take your time, you're prying open boxes, you're having Hamburger sniff around looking for things, describing to him as best you can the materials you're looking for and what they may smell like so you can really hunt them down. You pause for a moment because you hear a couple crashes and panic mode sets in, and you remember Zaan was let loose. Got it. And you keep sorting through everything. It takes you a little bit because there's quite a few buildings for you to search through, but you start making yourself a little pile out in the street where you can find everything. You find a decent amount of raw silver ore.
Ugh.
You find a crate of iron ingots that are ready to be used for smelting. You find a sealed box filled with 4 yards of workable leather, which is a very unexpected find. The other materials that you found that were cloth-based had long degraded, and some that you found that looked good as soon as you touched just crumbled away. But this was found in a very well sealed box, very well protected. And with that particular investigation check, you find a multitude of tools that are in good working condition. I need you to add tinker's tools, smith's tools, carpenters, glass blowers, jewelers, and leatherworking tools.
God, that's...
That's gonna leave this place 3 times bigger than he entered.
All right, hold on.
Here, I can...
Carpenters? Add.
If you type in tools, it may be easier to just click the ones that you need.
Glass blower?
Carpenters, glass blowers, jewelers,
Jeweler. Add.
leatherworker,
Leatherworker.
smith's
Add.
tools, and tinker tools.
Tinker. Add. Where's
Because you
Smith?
rolled really fucking high.
There it is. Add. So wait, hold on. Let me get this straight.
Mhm.
I found all those tools,
Mhm.
raw silver,
Mhm.
crate of iron nugents,
Close enough.
and what else?
4 yards of workable leather. And by workable, I mean that you can touch it, you can use it, and it doesn't just crap out of your hands.
Okay.
Now, that being said, this will take you a fair few hours of going from building to building, opening every single crate, checking every single cupboard under everything. You are, especially with that 19 check, you are looting the trade district. So Pez is going to be gone for a while.
It's okay. Pez likes being alone because no one.
You
likes
have
people with-
Hamburger.
I know, but Hamburger's such a one-sided conversation. He's always sniffing and looking for bugs.
Well, yeah, but he's finding things for you, and he's so happy about it.
That is true.
You could always ask for help.
Yeah.
Well, minus one person who seems to be passed out in a pawn shop.
You're
But-
snoring from across the fucking.
So while Pez is rummaging around and inspecting all of his tools, and as a point of order there, while the tools seem to be in fairly decent condition, some of them do have a little bit of rust on them. But nothing that seems to really... It may need a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of buffing, but nothing that's going to make it break.
Yay.
It's like, oh, I found Granddad's tools in the shed. I might need to polish them up a little bit. Okay. So, moving on from there, we've got Vanera and Brick. So you two are going back towards the library and the college area, correct?
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
we need to stop on. I think the ruin craft is like on the southern portion.
The
so we
Runecraft
probably need to
Tower
stop-
is closer to the canal. As you go up to the Runecraft Tower, you open the door and are immediately met with just a wall of stone. And as you kind of look up and you go, oh yeah, and you see that most of it has caved inward as the ceiling came down.
Disappointing.
So, where to next?
So I just look around. There's literally just full of stone.
You literally open the door, and it's like it's a door to nowhere. There's just rubble, just maybe 3 feet behind the door, with nowhere really to go.
Moving on. Yeah, we'll go to the college area. And do you want to go? Well, I think the next closest thing is the Temple of Kadal. Vanera, would you like to visit that place first, or do you want to tag along to the places of learning?
Both. It doesn't matter whichever one comes first. We can stop by there real quick.
We'll go temple first.
Okay, so you all Brick a little bit dejected, seems head kind of slumped a little bit, looking a little bit bummed out. You make your way down the road, stepping over some of the molder spawn bodies that are still there. Most of them seem to be a little bit more deflated than when you had first seen them, as if they just are like kind of sinking in on themselves. The smell is not great. It's a very, like, imagine that you haven't raked your backyard in a while, and there's just like 6 inches of leaves, and you're finally getting around to it. You lift all that up. It's kind of that smell, but worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleh.
So you make your way over, Brick checking his internal map, where he just took a little chiki. You go and you find your way to the small shrine for Kadal. You open the door, and inside is a surprisingly intact statue of a tall, bearded, hooded figure against the far back wall. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot in there. There's a few benches against the side walls. The statue itself is raised up slightly, and both of you make an investigation check.
$15.
Natural 1 plus.
Oh, there's no plus.
4.
That's a natural 1.
I didn't know how we were doing ability.
Useless.
She
Brick,
just given
you're,
her.
You're a little distracted by the tall stone man, but Venera, you notice that there's some ancient, old, sagging candles that are kind of down along the dais where his feet were. This doesn't seem to be so much of a temple as far as what Venera has seen in her travels. More of a quick place to say a prayer throughout the workday. But apart from that,
is there any writing anywhere?
you do see some writing on the steps leading up to the statue. There's some writing around the base, but it seems to be written in the language of the rest of the structures, which unfortunately is a language that you are not familiar with.
Don't I?
I can give me 11 minutes, I can ritually cast.
Point of order,
No.
you all have not yet taken a long rest.
Yeah.
So any spells that you have spent, any hit points you've lost.
You think that DM, but I'm way ahead of you in this situation. I'm working on taking a long rest.
Oh. Got
I
it.
thought I had a.
I'll go ahead
Yeah,
and start
but-
ritually casting comprehend languages, since that doesn't take a spell slot.
Okay. So you see Brick sit down. He pulls open his arm and he begins chanting, and his fingers dancing over the little control pad that is nestled inside of his arm. Is there anything that you want to do during those 10 minutes that he's ritually casting, or are you just going to patiently wait?
Gonna glare at Kadal. You're an asshole. She's gonna hold up the book.
Mm-hmm.
This is useless. I don't get it. Help me. Like, come on. Sorry, I got distracted in the middle of that by cat.
Brick, you find a little bit difficult to fully concentrate as Venera is standing up to the
screaming it.
statue, kind of like shaking the book up at it. This statue is a good 8-9 feet tall, so you're really looking up at it. And as you are looking up, yelling at it, you realize that there doesn't seem to be anything past the nose. It's all just smooth stone going back into the hood. The
Smooth brain.
statue is unresponsive, uncaring.
Just gonna like flick its nose.
You cannot reach the nose.
Not even on tippy hooves.
You're you're barely 5 feet. This is 9 feet up there.
She's gonna try anyway. Gonna
So
flick
Brick,
what she can reach.
as you finish the ritual casting, you see Venera is trying for the third time to mess with the face of the Kadal statue.
I just look at the writing and start reading out loud to hopefully distract her.
Oh,
The writing translates out to place of solitude, place of knowledge, quiet reflection, shelter here as long as you need. That seems to be it. It's more uplifting, inspirational words versus anything that may be properly useful.
you said place of solitude.
Place of learning, place of quiet reflection.
Hold on. Action. Okay.
All may shelter here.
Thank you.
Made that up on the spot, so if it changed from the first time I said it, suck it, I'm the DM.
That's awesome.
Oh, I wrote it down so it's in stone.
Good, now I don't have to remember. Ah, I get it, ha! You're funny.
I am. Yep.
Looking around, it's just one big room, right? There's no stairs, there's no...
It's not even that big of a room. There's maybe enough room for 6 people to stand shoulder to shoulder, and the room just goes straight back towards the statue. It seems like people would come in, pray quickly to Kadal, and then leave. More so than a temple where you may have sermons, priests, gatherings, offerings, that sort of thing would not happen here.
Mm. Moving
I guess
on.
we can leave. Yeah.
Moving
let's
on.
go.
To the
Okay.
places of learning.
Where to? Are you going to the library, the college?
We've been to the library before, and I think we were in a rush, but I think I even then looked for the stuff I was looking for. So let's go to the college first, or well, let's go to the archives. I'm curious.
Okay. Veneer, is that where you want to go to?
I'll just stay with Brick.
So, the two of you head further down the street. You make your way to the archival building. Step inside, it's pretty empty, smells kind of dusty. You go to the back shelves. You start pulling things off at random, maybe looking here and there. The archives seem to be more building permits, structural blueprints, things of how the city was made. Not so much history in the sense of of learning, but history of the things going on in the city.
Right. While we're actually on that subject, because something occurred to me, when Qhiph'aks was describing kind of the final days of the city, I remember that the verbiage was used that it sunk. So looking at the history and stuff, could I see, was this city originally above ground and then sunk below, or was it always below ground and then the rest of it kind of sunk even further below the rocks and rubble that happened because of the battle?
Let's see. Make an investigation check at disadvantage.
Ooh. Oh wait, disadvantage. Dang it. I got 17 twice, so 21.
Wow. Okay.
21.
You look through a few of the books and the archival tomes in here. Venera is starting to get a little bored, a little antsy, because it's not much of the information that she's looking for. But you seem to be trying to put two and two together that this city used to be above ground. Whether it sank or was covered over is kind of hard to tell. There doesn't seem to be any record past the events of the Mushroom Tender kind of taking control. But it does sound like there was foliage and regular travelers, where with your current experience with the city being buried, there didn't seem to be any way for things to come and go. But had the city been up on the surface, it'd be quite easy for caravans to come through, travelers to come in, but it's all conjecture.
Did you say there were like building plans here?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can Venera look for a building plan of the library?
Sure. Make a make an investigation check with advantage, since you have Brick there too.
What was this one? Why you no show me?
Well, I saw an 8 there.
Yeah, 8.
And that's with advantage?
It's only +1. You said
Advantage
investigation.
means you rolled twice.
I did.
Oh.
It was a 7 and a 4.
Oh my. Okay. You look around for a little while, and you see some buildings that you remember passing by, but none of them seem to have the library. And the best that you can figure out is that maybe the library is just really old and it's not. If it's maybe not in this building, or maybe the plans were lost.
She really wants to find the library.
The library that we have already been to, or
There's only the one library, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She wants to see the plans. Because there may be secret rooms that we missed in the library that holds secret information that they didn't want the general public to know.
maybe.
Or a buried saint that could lead you to the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you, with your searching, were unable to find any plans for the library.
Hey. We can go.
Guess we'll go to the college next. We'll just make our way college, and then there's like an enclave of some sort, scholars enclave. Just kind of move
Okay.
around.
So you all head to the college first. Excuse me. You walk inside, and the first thing to greet you is a straw mannequin. You don't know who it is.
Hello.
You see your reflections waving back at you. By this point, you're a little used to it, and you know that nothing's really going to come of it. You take a few
Suddenly
minutes.
it moves.
You take a few minutes to explore. You find a few rooms. You find what appears to be a classroom of sorts, maybe an office. And eventually, you head off to the right, just inside the door, and you find a fair few shelves. They line the walls. There's a few that are in the centers to make as much use of the footprint available as possible. And they are all filled with books. There's even some that are kind of on the floor. And there's another straw mannequin in there standing over the pile of books. And the best you can guess is that there's some story that Qhiph'aks has made about the mess on the floor and the straw mannequin. But as to what that could possibly be, you have no idea.
Vanera, out of curiosity, what were you looking for so that we can be looking together? Be able to look out for each other?
I suppose just some things on the gods. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Get to work.
So, considering that you were both taking your time here, you can either both roll with advantage, you can give one person advantage.
Might as well both roll with advantage.
Yeah.
And DM, you know all the stuff I'm
Mhm.
looking for.
Investigation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You said advantage?
Yes.
Come on. That's about as good as it's gonna get. 17 for me.
17
18.
18? Okay. You both take your time. Vanera, you are realizing again that you are unable to read the language. But you start just going from top to bottom on one shelf, and then you kind of realize, oh, wait, I know that language. Pulling up your page because I think I remember what it is. That one's in Elvish. You look at the spine and it's just like, that's like mathematics or something, don't care. Looking through again, and you have to do a bit of a double take. You're like, and that one's in Celestial. So you start taking your time more and more and just kind of looking for languages that you recognize. Brick, you still have comprehend languages up, so you're able to see all of these.
Helping you.
Huh?
She's making faces at me.
Oh. So after a little bit of looking, Vanera, you find a book in Elvish that seems to be about the gods. Okay. You pull that off, and you see on the front, it is titled Myths of the Gods by Grand Historian Sojourn. The book is old, and the dye that looks to once have been a vibrant red is now faded and flaking to reveal the plain leather cover. And Brick, you start at the other end of the library, and you find a few books that are kind of interesting, but there's one in particular that stands out to you. You find a book called A Primer from Here to There: How Teleportation Circles Function by Grandmeister Heinrich. The book is bound in purple dyed leather with a rich red fabric tongue in the spine used for marking the reader's place.
And what were these two authors' names?
The primer for Here to There is Grandmeister Heinrich, and Venera's was Grand Historian Sojourn, spelled soldier with an N at the end to make that easy.
I don't even know how to spell soldier.
Soldiern.
Okay.
Yep.
I cast Absorb Knowledge.
Let's see.
Actually, I don't want to take it out with me because the elements will probably destroy this thing. As I'm looking through it, instead of having to take it with me, can I copy anything that looks useful onto my holographic spell book?
Yeah, let me see. So, for Brick, we have that, and for Venera, give me just a moment.
You made a whole document. This is awesome.
Put it back in your pants.
And
Never.
for Venera.
What the fuck?
I've been busy. I've had like 3 weeks to work on shit. Leave me alone. So you have your prizes from the college. Is there anything else that you were looking for or want to do before you go quiet and start reading?
Yeah, no. If we continue to look and there's nothing else that covers one of our subjects, then I'm good to go. Check out the Scholar Enclave and then be done.
Spell book or potion book?
You look around for a little bit, and
College.
you find a few that are sort of the basics, the kind of beginner's guide to it. But having flipped through and read a fair bit of the book that you got from Rivercross, the book from Rivercross has a lot more information in it than this basic bitch scholastic stuff.
How to make potions for dummies? Who reads this shit?
And you were lucky to even find that in Elvish. There seem to be a few of the tomes in different languages.
I'm good. Shall we?
Yep. Take a quick look at the Enclave and then back to the group.
Okay, so you all step out of the college, find your way to the Scholars Enclave, and as excited as you were to find these little gemstones in the library, you open the doors and are just immediately severely disappointed.
Y'all.
The room seems to be very bland, seems to be very official. There's at least one room where there's a table with multiple chairs behind it and a podium facing the table. It seems... I'm trying to think of the best word for it. It seems
As
more
Brick is looking
political than it is anything educational.
Yeah, as Brick is looking around. Place of debate, not learning. Sad.
Nailed it.
Well, that's disappointing. Interesting. Did you still want to
Scholars usually are. And I walk out.
So he interrupts you, starts walking away, and you're like,
Did you still want to try the library?
Rick stops and turns and starts walking toward the library. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you head back to the library, and as soon as you open the door, Vinira, I need you to make a Constitution check.
How do I do that? Is that saving throw?
Yes,
Is that
sorry,
it?
a Constitution saving throw. That's what I meant to say.
9.
9. Brick opens the door, walks in. You take one step in to follow him, and you immediately turn back around and just puke all over the floor. The molder spawn that you had slain in there prior have completely rotted and are leaving pools of ichor and goo on the stone floor, and it smells horrific. Brick, you don't have a nose. You're fine. You walk through and you immediately start looking through the shelves again. You hear this retching noise, and Venera's not in there with you.
How are you
Venera.
in there?
I walk through the door.
Well, it smells like shit. There are molder spawn everywhere, aren't there?
Dead ones, yes.
That explains it.
Now that I think about it, how has it never come up that I don't smell?
You have COVID?
Damn. Damn.
Becca, quick,
He's caught
quarantine.
the plague.
Joke of the game.
Sorry, I didn't think that was actually gonna pick up. Yes, Bree, that was very funny. I'm very, very happy. Go away.
What is it? What is it like to smell?
At the moment, it's horrible, Brick.
Points at
Go
her
find what
vomit.
you're looking for. And if you find anything on the gods, get it for me.
Okay.
So Venera excuses herself to the slightly fresher air outside the library, where there's at least some airflow from the canal that's wafting away some of the smell.
And I'm gonna assume it's gonna be harder to find because I assume college is like higher learning, so it's not as open to the public. This is the open to the public library, so there's not gonna be as much that we're looking for here. But I'm still gonna double check.
Well, you had also been in there and looked before, and while you had been in a bit of a rush, you also had comprehend languages active then, and you start scanning the spines, and you're seeing familiar names, but again, nothing's really standing out to you.
Okay.
That and I only
We got
wrote
one
two
each.
things, and you found them, so...
I was gonna say we got one each. I'm happy. Let's go.
Okay.
Back to the group.
Alrighty.
And now we read.
Okay, so as the two of you wander back to Qhiph'aks Tavern, you
Ow.
are walking through the trade district, and you see a little small pile in the middle of the road. You pause for a second, and you hear some clattering from one of the buildings off to the side, and after a moment, Pez comes out, and he's got an armful of stuff that he's found.
Guys,
You know what I mean?
Mia Mia?
Mimi?
Amy?
Gentlemen, but I said it dumbly.
Mimi? Are you having
Amy?
fun?
I found a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Some tools that I'm be able to use, some materials, and a lot of raw silver and ingots.
Ooh.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
We were looking for books.
And we found books.
We did find
Just
books.
Hmm.
Only 2.
but we found books.
You
Well,
need help carrying things.
I mean, sure, if y'all don't mind. I mean, Hamburger can't really carry much, seeing that he doesn't really have hands.
She helps.
Same.
Ooh.
Okay.
I was gonna voluntold Brick, but
Book by book.
So Pez walks over to his small little pile, puts his current armload down, and the two of you pick up what he's found so far, and you head back towards Qhiph'aks Tavern. Pez informing you that he's got at least a few more buildings to check out before he wraps up his search. So the pair of you head back to the tavern. I would say that Pez has maybe another 20-30 minutes of searching through some stuff, because you both also spent quite a bit of time looking through. At this point, as they are heading back to the tavern, Kasumi, you have been in the pawn shop sifting through some things, and Zaan is still passed the fuck out.
All right. Yeah, we discussed where everyone was going before we split up, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
If not the specifics, you know the general areas that they were going into.
Okay. She's gonna go just make sure that the pawn shop door is like completely open. And she's gonna try to position herself in a way where she can potentially hear if anyone's getting close outside.
Okay. So you go and you stand, kind of lean your shoulder against the side of the pawn shop building. You're able to see to your left, off towards an area that you had not been. You're able to see down the alleyway that you had initially gone down to the map, and further to your right is the street you came up, where you can see the door to Qhiph'aks Tavern. So
Okay.
you stand there for a little while. You're keeping an eye and an ear out. Eventually, you hear 2 voices of your companions coming towards the further end, and you see Brick and Vanera carrying a hefty amount between the pair of them.
Okay. When they get closer, Kasumi's gonna whistle to try to get their attention.
Oh,
Hey guys.
hello.
Little dilemma. Zaan is passed out, and I can't seem to wake him.
Eh,
So, does anyone
Brick,
want to
this could be
volunteer?
serious.
Try to wake him up or remove him from the room.
it's
No.
father. It's never serious.
When I wake up, I'm going to kill you.
You don't know what I've said.
I've got
Vanera's
plenty
gonna
to
go
kill
all
you so
dramatic.
far.
Rick, you don't know. Something could be seriously wrong. Aren't you concerned for your father?
I want to kill you guys so fucking hard right now.
He,
Oh my god.
well, we found some stuff in this room, and we found this jug that I found out was called the Jug of Many Things. We didn't know exactly what it was, but he decided to drink from it, and the next thing I knew, he was asleep.
Did you cast Identify on the jug?
I did. Before. And he still took a drink.
Brick, I know what
So,
would help him.
That's father.
I don't know how long he's gonna be asleep, but I can't wake him.
I'll bebop inside and cast Identify on Zaan, because I believe if I cast it on a person, it should tell me what spell effect they're under, if any.
You know,
Okay.
beep up along after him.
Are you both still carrying your
Yes.
armloads from Pez?
Yeah, I'll put it down along with the book and walk over and humana.
Okay. Let me
Yum,
read
yum,
the
yum, yum.
identify spell real quick, just to.
The exact wording: if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay. So, as you place your hands on your father's chest, who is snoring and just seems perfectly at bliss, just pass the fuck out, you get a sense that this is an enchanted sleep that will last roughly 4 days.
As the spell comes to an end and he realizes this, he goes,
I know.
What did you
I know what
find?
would help this.
I just look over at Venera. Okay, you were right. It's serious.
I know what will help this. I know. Bear with me. I need you to go find something.
What?
I need you to go ask Qhip. Qhip. That's it. Qhip. If he has any apples.
Apples?
Okay.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Are we
And I go ahead and take the stuff with me so I can carry it off.
just leaving him here in the meantime?
Yes, are you? Are you gonna leave me there in the meantime? Fucking feel like I should have SpongeBob and that's it. Three
Why
days.
do I feel like she's
Four
rolling for
days.
something.
I'll wait with him.
I go ask Kip if he has any apples.
Oh, wait. Can I cast a spell magic on Zaan while he's gone?
Sure. You can try to. You can try that.
It's 4th level, so.
Okay. Let me think.
Please.
It'd be funny. Brick's gonna have to carry me everywhere.
Dispel magic. Okay.
Shove you in the bag of holding.
We don't
Oh
have a bag of
no!
holding.
Okay.
Also, that would kill him.
So, roll a d20 and add your spell modifier.
It's a fucking higher than 4th level.
Apparently, Zaan done fucked up.
Yeah.
15.
15. So you send Brick off to get some apples, and while he's gone, you wave your hand, say the words for the spell,
Blah, 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 blah.
touch him, and Zaan, you awake.
Oh.
Shh. Pretend you're still sleeping. I sent Brick on a wild goose chase.
Okay. Wait a minute.
So he's just like looking at Zaan, looking at Vanir, like,
Wait.
what's happening?
Sue me first my money.
Don't worry,
Don't
I
worry about
counted it while you were sleeping.
I'm a fan since you might have counted. Where the fuck is my money?
So, Brick, you make your way back to the tavern. You take Vanira's stuff, since you had left yours by the tavern door. You head over, bump the door open with your hip. You look around, and Qhiph is still sitting there playing cards with his imaginary friends. And what do you say to him?
Gib,
Ah!
do you have any apples?
Apples. Red things?
I believe so, yes.
No. Got a couple apple boxes in the back, though.
That'll work. And Brick goes and gets the apple boxes.
Okay, so you go into the back, and there's a bunch of empty apple boxes.
I just grab two, one in each hand, and start trotting back.
Okay, so you bebop back down the road. You go inside the pawn shop. You see Vanira is still crouched down in front of Zaan. Kasumi's still keeping watch out front.
He didn't have any apples, but I got some apple boxes.
Okay. Now set them down. Face down.
Brick sets them down.
Now stand on them.
Can Brick roll insight on Vanira? Because this is even pushing his bullshit meter.
You're like 10 days old. No, the fuck. It's not. Shut the hell up. Shut the fuck.
I don't know what deception is. We erase
Fine,
you!
hold on. I'm gonna roll a wisdom check with my modifier, which is 0.
At disadvantage.
No.
Listen,
at
he's at least a
disadvantage.
month old, okay? Give him a break.
If it's below, if it's below it, if it's 10 and below, he'll do what she says.
Please be a 1.
The 16.
Goddamn.
So you now have to roll an insight check.
You set the boxes down, and you kind of like. No.
He's dying. You know what 4 days without food
I'm
will
gonna
do
roll
to
an
you?
insight check.
No,
You
no,
make
no,
a
no, no, no.
persuasion.
I'm the DM. You shut the fuck up, sir. I let you roll that wisdom check bullshit that you decided was okay. My turn.
Sorry, old
You-
habits die hard.
No, because of that, you roll an insight check at disadvantage. Vanera, deception at advantage. Taking over my job.
Persuasion at advantage or deception?
Deception, please.
Oh, don't bother. I rolled a 1.
No.
I wanna
We're
roll,
finding
I
out
wanna
how
roll.
badly you fucked up
I want to
here.
roll. A 10.
So
Brick,
deceptive.
she's the cleric, and you were worried about your father.
Okay, I stand on the boxes.
Hold out your arms. And go whoosh.
Whoosh.
Zaan,
What's the
Zaan, can you hear
box?
me?
How close? So Zaan's not away. How close are the boxes to Zaan's feet?
Not so much the feet. If you're laying flat, Vanera's kind of next to your side, and the boxes are kind of like hip side.
Zaan's gonna roll towards the boxes and roll really hard. Give him like full body roll.
Are you gonna human bowling ball?
Let me see here. As this is getting more and more gloriously out of hand.
Don't worry about it.
Part of the course.
Make an unarmed strike.
Oh, okay. 18.
So, Brick, you go whoosh, and you go kind of face first
And you
as the
go
boxes out from underneath you
whoosh.
go this way. Make a dexterity save.
Okay. Okay. That is going to be a 17.
A 17. So you don't take any damage, but you do fall pretty much face first and catch yourself. Your face plate is like that close to the ground.
Zaan's gonna stand up. Who dares disturb my slumber?
Hey, you woke him up.
Ah, yes, thank you very much, Vanera. Your expertise is well known.
Yeah, it was all Brick. He saved you.
Oh, why, thank you, Brad. Did you at least get the apples?
There were no
Does
apples.
Brick know what's happened here?
You are very confused. You were sent for apples, came back with boxes, was told that was okay, stood on them, made a funny noise, almost ate shit, and then your dad's just awake. You are confused.
Brick's gonna slowly stand up.
Mm. How long was that for, Vanera?
Hmm?
Oh, wait, you didn't know. Kasumi, how long was it out for?
I don't know. I was just sitting here counting the coin.
Oh,
We
yes.
haven't been
I heard
around that
them.
long.
Well, thank you again for the help, Vanera. And Brick, you too. You kind of helped a little bit. Mainly Vanera, but you kind of helped. So how much did I find, Vanera?
What?
How much did we find? How much money did we find?
I didn't count your money. Kasumi counted
Oh,
your
sorry,
money.
Kasumi. How much money did we find? My bad. I just
found a
woke up from a
book.
deep
You found
slumber.
a book?
Oh, hey, what kind of book did you find?
One on the gods. Your mom's in here.
Oh, I'm gonna need to pause that at some point.
Okay.
You know, in any other situation, that would sound like a diss, but in this
Yeah,
case,
that
it's
was a
actually
very,
true.
very weird Yo Mama joke.
But this book's about your mom.
Your mom is so famous, she's in my book.
He's the centerfold.
Oh,
How much did we find? Sumi.
How much did we find?
so far you haven't gotten around to fully counting, but you have managed to sift through and separate out the copper, silver, gold, and platinum pieces.
Okay. Well, I got them into piles, so that's a start. I just couldn't stand with them sitting all mixed up together.
Oh, does that kind of bother you? I can understand
does.
that. Zaan's gonna pick them all up and put it all in that bag that had stuff in it.
Which bag?
The bag that had the rope in it.
Huh? What? Sorry?
There was a leather bag with the silk rope in it.
Oh,
I
with
took
the silk rope.
Yeah, I took the...
You would maybe be able to fit 2/3 of the copper pieces.
Okay, never mind. Zaan's not gonna do that.
That's what I thought.
Never mind.
Holds
Then-
out my bag of holding.
9.
What?
We're gonna find out how much this is before we put it in Annie's bag, so that they can give it to everybody.
Counting party?
Counting party!
1,
Wait, where's Pez?
2, 3.
You know, Hamburger, it's kind of nice being all alone out here. Just
Zaan's gonna stick
You
his head
and me.
outside and yell at the top of his lungs. Where are you?
Zaan, make a performance check, and Pez,
Wait!
make a
Performance.
perception check.
Zaan's gonna also cast Thaumaturgy when he does this.
Make a performance check at advantage. Pez, make a perception check.
What's 15 plus 17?
13.
13. It just so happens that as Zaan is yelling, there is a particularly tough box that you've got a crowbar that you found stuck in, and your whole body's around it. You're rocking back and forth with it, and you don't hear anything because you got the wind knocked out of you, and there was a loud creaking noise as the lid was finally broken free. He did not hear your call.
Guys, I think Pez is dead.
That would be unfortunate, as we just saw him.
Damn. Would you guys like to find him while I sit here and count, or somebody can sit here and count with me?
I will stay and count.
Yay! Counting buddies.
I'll go look for Pez, and I just walk out.
Okay.
So you're like, ah.
Okay, so 3 of you are counting. Brick is going to go find Pez. Brick, you find Pez right as he is. As you're walking along, you notice that there are just doors left open from the different shops and warehouses. And you round the corner and you see that there's one more door that hasn't been opened. But it's a very small structure. And you see Pez coming out with one more armful of goodies, with Hamburger happily trotting behind him. He seems to have like a little chisel in his mouth as he's following after Pez. But it's about this time that Pez, you finally look through the last of the buildings in the trade district.
I find anything cool?
This is sort of retroactive of what you have found before, all the tools and the ores and all.
No, I think I should find more cool things.
He does bring up a strong argument.
Give me just a second. You two discuss as I'm doing a thing.
6, 7,
24,
8,
So
58,
Vanera, what was the book about?
97.
9.
So the book was obviously about the gods, but what about the gods? Like, is it the stories?
It's called Myths of the Gods.
Myths of the gods. What language is it?
Elvish.
Damn, can read Elvish.
I can read Elvish.
That's fantastic. You should read it to me, Viscount. Especially stuff
Jeez.
about my mother.
Give me a second. She's gonna look through the book and try to find the part that says Valkyrie. Let's see. Valkyrie is said to have been born from the heart of an avalanche.
Yes, that's right.
The crashing chaos of sliding down the face of the largest mountain. Her wings carried her out of the roiling snow?
That's a word.
The beating of her wings created a mighty blizzard that continues to this day. Her most fervent followers wander through the mighty winds of her first flight far to the north. A giant of a woman, her instincts drew her immediately to the strongest of the time. Gambors? You know Gambors?
DM, do I know Gambors?
Roll a history or religion check.
With a smile on each of their faces,
Really?
the two brawled for a week straight, night and day, with no rest, neither able to gain the upper hand. Their punches created shockwaves, their feet felling trees across the world. Valkyrie picked up the giant orc, carrying him across the oceans to slam him into the ground, splintering the earth and raising the mountains that split continents. Exhausted...
Sorry, keep going.
No, go
Let
ahead.
her finish.
Exhausted, the pair lay in the snow where Valkyrie first emerged, chests heaving, bloody smiles, and the occasional half-hearted punch or kick down at the other, or thrown at the other. Legends tell us that it was Bowler who was first convinced the pair. Legend tells us that
I may
it was
have
Bowler
fucked up my
who
writing.
who finally convinced the pair to limit the fighting to once a year as to not disturb his work so much. To settle their truth, Bowler agreed to supply both a cask of his finest ale if they agreed to his request. Neither Valkyrie nor Gambors held any animosity towards the other. They were both simply ecstatic to have a worthy foe, but the allure of Bowler's ale was enough to quell their urges, and both returned to their realms until it was time to test their strength again to see who had the strongest for the past year.
Yes, that sounds like my mom. Can you send that to me? Out of curiosity, when you get a minute.
What did you roll on?
I rolled a 15.
A 15? Gambors, you remember, especially talking with Valkyrie, Gambor's one eye is the god of the orbs.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I would have given that away. My brain stopped working as soon as it was. Gotcha.
Okay, Pez, because you asked so adorably and so nicely, you have in your hands, as Hamburger was carrying that chisel, which he was using to help you open the crate. Within, you found a small wooden crate with hay inside, with 7 jars, or 7 potion vials filled with varying colors of liquid.
Cool.
Okay. So, Brick, focus.
Hi, Brick. What's up?
I feel like I missed something earlier.
Huh? Miss what? What happened? I got something on my face?
Tongue
Oh.
proceeds to lick face.
Lamb.
No. What is it called when you feel like everyone was working together against you?
The butt of a joke, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
Did they like prank you or something?
I'm not sure.
What exactly happened?
Father took a swig of something that magically put him to sleep. Vanera said the only way to wake him up was to go get some apples. Couldn't find apples.
Oh,
Found an apple box. or two, returned. She said apple boxes would work. I was supposed to stand on the boxes, wave my arms around, and do a weird noise. And right as I do so, Zaan rolls over, kicks the boxes out from under me, I nearly faceplant, and is suddenly awake.
Huh. So the apple boxes did work. All right.
So they say.
I mean, how else do you wake someone up without going whoosh?
As I am not a cleric, I do not know.
Exactly. You should leave all the medical and religion stuff to all those fancy people, where, with you being so big and tall and strong, you can help me carry some of this stuff. Please.
Pack mule.
I as he has the stuff in his arms, I just pick him up and put him on a shoulder and start walking.
Come on, Hamburger.
Okay, so Pez, you're carrying the crate of what appears to be about 7 potions, and Hamburger just kind of trills following after you with the chisel in his mouth. Just... So you two head back to the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, actually, do you head back to the tavern or do you head back to the pawn shop where they're counting? Brick would know
Probably
this,
back
you
to
would
the-
not.
We'll head back to the pawn shop.
Okay. So Pez, as you're riding on his shoulders, you're heading towards the tavern, and then Brick hangs a right, starts going further down the street.
Where are we going?
To everyone else.
Oh, okay.
Father finally found his gold.
Oh, you don't say.
Okay. So, as the two of you enter into the pawn shop, that's where we're going to take a little bit of a break. So, we'll be back here in just a few minutes to continue tonight's episode. Do not go too far.
That's how I eat chips too.
Okay, and welcome back.
We have returned.
Okay, so you all have been sitting around for... It's taking you about an hour with all 5 of you going through and counting these coins. And I hope one of you is ready to write down what you have.
Oh, I've got the pen ready. Don't worry.
Ready.
So you have about 18 gemstones worth about 100 gold apiece.
I already got the. Okay, yeah.
You were able to count out 4,800 copper,
Okay.
16,000 silver,
16,000.
1,000. That's 3 zeros. 5,000 gold pieces. And 200 platinum pieces.
I'll do math here while we continue on and let you guys know what that is.
Okay.
I was about to say I can do math too.
Yeah, but you know.
Okay, so you all have finally counted the coins. Some of you have made nice, neat piles. Some of you have just made a pile. So, what are you all doing? You're currently sitting in the pawn shop.
Fair warning. In a couple hours, Hamburger might poop out some coins, because I did see him rooting around some of the piles, so just fair warning.
Those ones will be yours.
Alright, that's fine.
So roll fast, everybody. 960. I'll type it out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Pez, as a reminder, you do have the 7 potions in the crate with you.
Mhm.
Okay, just making sure.
So, are we done here?
I mean, I've accomplished what I want. Well, some of what I want.
So, I mean, ja.
Real quick, can anyone identify what these here 7 liquids are?
Wait, what's up?
Does Veneer recognize any of them?
You see sitting next to Pez, there are 5 bottles that seem to be of a red color, all the same size. You see a slightly larger bottle of a similar red color, and you see a bottle similar in size to the larger red one, but it's more of a yellowish green color.
Humana.
Well, the red ones are healing potions, I think. I don't recognize the yellow one, though.
Lemonade?
Kasumi, do you have any spell slots left, or should I take the time?
We
don't
need a
put-
nap first.
What is the spell slot?
Humana. I will
That's how
cast
you-
it in.
That's
I will
how
cast
you-
Identify.
Yeah. I knew. I know what you were trying to do. I was just being an ass about it. So you cast
As you do.
Identify on the yellowy green one?
Yeah. Assuming that Rick will assume that Veneer is right about the other 5.
It comes out to be a potion of hill giant strength.
Right. If I remember correctly.
And Venera, if you would like, you can make an Arcana check.
13.
Oh, wow.
13. You're at least 85 to 90% sure that the 5 are regular healing potions and the larger one is a greater potion of healing.
Healing.
So, you all have counted out your coins, you've identified the potions, you've pretty much rated the city as best as you possibly can from how Qhiph'aks had rated it prior to you. Is there anything else you would like to do? Or what's the plan?
Real quick, is the message we sent in chat, is that for each?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
It's fairly safe to assume that both banks were raided and everything was put into this room for at least a portion of the city.
Gotcha.
Pez is encumbered again.
No, you're not.
I don't know about the rest of you, but personally, I have a interest in heading back to Luna Wind for at least a short period of time after we rest.
It's I mean, we can just ask, I guess. Just see why not. Everyone does sound right to everyone. I could use, as big as as big as bed money can buy. And all of the wenches that money can buy.
I think the most you're gonna get here is a straw winch.
I said Luna Wind. Oh, wait a minute. I need everyone to leave and go back to the inn.
I think I did my math wrong.
Why?
No, what you typed, what you did, if you're talking about for all of the currencies, is exactly what I got as well.
Where are there 2 golds
That's supposed to be copper.
for the 1K?
The 960 is copper.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I need some alone time in this room.
You should keep that to yourself.
Not that kind of alone time, you pervert. Let's go. Let's just go. Get out of this area. I have something I need to do.
All right. So we're just gonna go back to the tavern.
I'm gonna join you post haste.
Okay. Pez shovels some of his coins into the crate with his potions, and he ching 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 after Kasumi. Brick and Venera, you both are leaving Zaan to his
Alone time. Oh.
That was lovely.
attractive.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Attractive. Very attractive.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
alright.
the
Rick
four
has had
you-
enough of his dad for the day, so yeah, he's gonna move. He's gonna move on.
Okay. So you all head back to the tavern. Zaan, you are alone in the pawn shop.
Zaan's gonna look over at that straw man. Hello, beautiful. You're going to have some fun. Zaan's gonna lob the head off and lob the legs off. And swap them. So it's standing on its head and its legs are where its head should be.
Okay. It doesn't take you very long to go about this. Believe it or not, between the clanking of the gold coins and all, none of you really hear any of this, so kind of goes unnoticed. But yeah, you all ended up back in the tavern. Zaan does
Wow.
his shenaniganry.
While we're walking,
Mhm.
Brick is gonna look at Vanira and Kasumi. Did the weird apple box ritual actually wake Father up, or did you use dispel magic while I was gone?
It actually worked. To my surprise. I don't think it would.
Brick's gonna look at Kasumi.
She's just sitting there, like, her eyes wide. She's just like,
Right, Kasumi? Whoosh, whoosh.
yeah.
The amount of shit
Flicks her hair off her shoulder.
the amount of shit we're all full of right now is hysterical.
Does Brick believe them, DM? I'm asking you this time.
Make an
Oh.
insight check.
You
At disadvantage. You'll
I
outnumber.
don't know. I think Kasumi and Vanira canceled each other out.
No, they have pack tactics.
I don't know.
That's
I was gonna say, try me on my deception check. Just try
fair.
me.
My persuasion is very high.
Okay, DM. What am I
high.
rolling? Am I
You're
rolling straight
you're
or
an
at
insight check.
disadvantage? Okay. It's a 5.
5. Kasumi has never lied to you before.
That's fair.
Why would
That
she
is
start
fair.
now?
That checks out. Yes, checks out.
Oh, funny story. My deception's a +9, so even if I would have rolled a 1.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
This is great.
Kasumi's never led you wrong.
He just looks at Kasumi and goes, "Thank you. I can always count on you to be honest with me," and walks away.
I'm learning new
Lying to
things
a
every
child.
day. I'm learning new things every day.
Gotta keep your sanity somehow.
Listen,
I'm gonna-
she's a tricky fox, okay?
Everyone's like, Zaan has an unfair bias against foxes. There's nothing wrong with them. How do you feel now? How does it feel, Brick? How does it feel to be, in admittance that I'm right?
He feels pretty
Oh,
good
Brick
'cause I've
doesn't know
never
that you're
lied
right.
to him.
How does it feel, Zeke?
So, you all gather at the tavern and realize that even through your excitement of finding new riches and new toys to play with, you are all dead tired. You've spent most of the day out and about in the dark city, very deep underground, only going off of whatever light you're able to produce. And you see that Kip is not in the tavern, but you hear some noises from the back kitchen. And as you enter within the vicinity, you start to hear he's broadcasting his thought voice out, and he is having a full-blown conversation with the kitchen staff. But the voices aren't him, it's of a male and a female talking to each other, not Qhiph.
I'm caught up to everybody by this point, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, it didn't take you very long to do that, and they kind of slowed their pace as Brick was questioning them, and you're pretty quick. You're able to just...
That is true. I am very fast. I'm tired. Get back!
The voices immediately stop, and you hear... and then the kitchen door opens, and... Hey? Ooh, you're still here. Hello.
We need your biggest and most comfortable rooms. We are tired.
He kind of looks around, walks out from behind the bar, goes to one of the tables, and kind of... King bed.
I can't decide if I want to kill you or sleep right now.
Let's hope it's the
probably
latter.
Damn, is there actually anywhere in this town that has beds?
Not that you've seen so far, but you also haven't been looking for beds. You were looking at a bank and then a pawn shop.
I was sleep on a table. Assuming I need your tails.
Excuse me?
It's soft. And the table's hard. I don't want to sleep
Rick.
on a hard table.
Rick,
What?
who read the map, is gonna go next door to the hostel.
Are you
I'm a follow.
telling anyone, or are you just going by yourself?
But say, if you think you can beat my passive perception on noticing your bitch ass walk out the door, you're sadly mistaken.
I'm just gonna go check to see if it's real, or if it's in any condition to be useful.
Or if it's hostile.
So,
Hostile.
as Zaan is whining and complaining to Qhiph'aks, are you going stealthily, or are you just...
No, I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just like, oh yeah, read the map. There's a thing over here. Let's go check it out.
So Brick just kind of does an Irish goodbye, where 1 second he's there, and without really telling anybody, he just kind of, he's gone. So Brick, you do go down the road a little ways, and you... It's kind of hard to tell where exactly it is, because the front faces of the buildings are all very flush. But you open a door, doesn't seem right. You open the next one, you go, ooh, maybe. You go inside, and you just see that there are row upon row of just these little sequestered rooms with a single bed in them, in each one. They're not big, doesn't look very comfy. Looks like about all you're able to do is to crawl over the foot and lay in the bed.
I like test the mattress. Is it all like bleh, or is it still?
Make an investigation check.
15.
15. The first one you go to, you put your hand on, you kind of whoa as your hand goes straight through and the blanket sort of caves in. You go to the next one and there's a little bit of a bounce to it. The next one has some bounce to it. The fourth one, your hand kind of goes through as you go, maybe 50-50 about whether the beds are going to be good or just old.
I will head back and see if anyone is still awake by the time I get done with my investigation.
You come back and Zaan is just slumped over a table, just I don't know. So as you were all
Apparently
there
I'm
sitting
a
around, Brick opens the door and you all realize like, oh, where the fuck did you go?
I found beds.
Take me. Carry me.
No.
Please.
I walk back out the door.
I'm gonna
Do you
Wait
all
a minute.
follow after him?
wait a
I
minute.
do.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I follow.
I'm gonna cast command on Brick.
What kind of save is that again?
Go ahead and make it, and I'll tell you if you pass.
We
No,
have to
like
tell him
what- which
what
time?
he's
Oh.
rolling against.
Oh, sorry. So your wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw? Fuck. 19!
Zaan's gonna cast command on Brick again.
How many spell slots do you have left?
I can use this at first level. I didn't use a lot of those.
God damn it.
Well, what are you saying to him as you're casting command?
Harry.
Okay, so he says carry. You go, no. He says carry again.
What was the next one?
12.
Yay. Brick's carrying Zaan.
You
Play devil's advocate. You never specified what he was carrying.
He just jumped in his arms.
A beast.
He says carry. I am not out the door, so I pick up a chair and carry it out.
Yeah, you say carry, and Brick grabs the straw mannequin right by the doorway and just takes it with him.
Well, it looks like Brick has companionship for the night.
At least it won't be cold.
Yeah, Finn, you're right, you're right.
Wait, I gotta know, how does Kip react to me just taking his bouncer?
He's back in the kitchen. He hasn't noticed.
That's hilarious.
So you
Okay.
all leave out to go to the hostel?
Yes.
Okay. So, you all follow Brick and his straw companion. He leads you into the hostel, and you see what appears to be two very long hallways. On the left hallway, there's a series of alcoves evenly spaced out, which seems to have only just enough space for a bed. And on the other hallway is the same thing, but it's on both sides. You can already see two of them on the left have been indented by Brick's hand as the support gave out underneath his touch. It doesn't take you very long to kind of test out the different ones to see which one might still be good and find a place for yourselves to lay down and rest.
Do they have blankets, or is it just a mattress?
It's blankets, pillows. Some of them don't look in great condition. Maybe there was some water leakage, or cave critters started gnawing at them. But there's 30 to 40 of these, so between all of them, you're able to scrounge together at least a spot for each of you to rest comfortably.
Zaan's just gonna grab a bunch of pillows and blankets and throw it in a pile on the floor and bun flop on them.
I would like to push two.
Does the
good beds
16
together.
succeed?
Huh?
I was
Of
asking
what?
Zaan. Because I get to make the save every turn, so that's like every 10 seconds.
Well, it requires a 16, so I think it's if it meets
If
it
it
beats.
meets, it beats.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I'm no
we're
longer
done.
carrying the mannequin.
So
it's
you
just
kind
standing
of-
in the hallway.
You kind of look at it and are like,
Zaan's gonna cast command.
Before you get that out, I just look at everyone and say, test the bed first. It's kind of iffy whether or not it'll support anything. Carry on.
Oh, I'm gonna cast the command word spell and go ahead and make a save.
what are you telling him?
What are you
Correct.
telling me?
What?
What?
Caress.
Caress?
How close is everyone standing to me? Because this is about to get interesting.
Oh, this is gonna get real interesting.
Vanera is currently down a ways.
Never mind.
Looking... Okay.
It's a 19.
Okay, go again.
Oh my god.
I'm just fucking with you. We're done.
Okay.
That was actually my last spell slot.
So Zaan decided to try to be an asshole to make you caress the straw mannequin. And
Or anyone
seems
near
to
me.
have failed as he keeps saying, caress, caress, caress! But you feel that tingle of the command word spell no longer having any effect on you, and you slowly turn away from him and go find yourself a place to sit for the evening. Vanera, there's not really a place to put beds side by side. You could put them end to end.
Right.
But Zaan goes and makes himself a little pillow fort.
I like that option better.
I suppose for the sake of brevity, unless you want to do anything super specific, we'll just say that you all make yourselves comfortable and you get yourselves a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Az was gonna let Hamburger sleep on the bed while he sleeps on the floor.
Every time that you put Hamburger up on the bed, he'd maybe stay there for a minute and then he would jump down and cuddle up with you. Do a little cinnamon swirl kind of thing.
Pillow in mouth.
Okay. So, you all get your long rest. It's very undisturbed. At some point or other, you heard a little bit of a rustling, and your instincts rouse a few of you, and you immediately reach for your weapons, and then you hear the faintest of
Does he sleep ever?
Veneer's raving.
Oh God, I was so confused.
But
Al showed up.
eventually, though there is no sun, there is no light to signify that time has really passed.
I can make light.
There is no natural light that would normally waken you to the current time of day. But a few of you who are early risers wake up. Brick in particular wouldn't have rested for very long, or not as long as the rest of you. So you all wake up at your regular times. Supposedly a new day greets you. You're not sure what time of day it actually is, but you feel rested, a bit sore from the combat and walking around for most of the day, but otherwise healthy and hale.
Brick is gonna wait outside for everyone with kind of a strange, kind of like staring off into space look.
Wait, where? So back up
Outside of the
where
hostel.
Are you doing
Outside the hostel.
What you looking at?
Sorry.
How dare you?
It looked like you were looking at something. Was there like a funny looking rock up there?
No. I wasn't. Sorry. I feel different.
Different. How?
Would you like to elaborate, boss?
Brick's just gonna look at Zaan and think of all the times he is a guinea pig for his spells.
Mm-hmm. Zaan's gonna look back and look at you with all of the times you did really fucking stupid shit, and then endangered all of us.
Go on.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Zaan.
Okay, what do I need to do?
It's a Wisdom saving throw, which I'm sure is gonna. Yeah, you're super high, so I know you're gonna get it.
What do I
Brick
need
doesn't
to
know that.
roll? So is this a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a saving throw. Yeah, Brick doesn't know. Yeah. What'd you get?
I don't think you beat a 24.
No. So you feel kind of like your muscles start to lock up a little bit and then shake it off. Dang it.
Rick, what did you just do?
I wanted to see if it would work.
If what would work?
I would be so disappointed in you if I wasn't so proud. Okay.
I would like to get out from under the earth. May we leave, please?
That actually brings up a good point. How deep was the hole we fell down?
We have a long way to climb.
Let us
have-
go then.
We have rope?
Was it, yes, I get that one, but how deep was the hole?
Can we talk about this while walking?
Do we want to say bye to Kip first?
Ooh.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, we poke our heads in the inn and see if he's there.
He's there. He's sitting at the bar with his companions. Oh, hey, hi.
I beat it, Zaan. We
Y'all
will
left
see
before
you.
dinner.
It was a long day.
Dinner?
Well, yeah, they were cooking for you, and then you just poof.
What?
All right,
Where's
let's get some
dinner?
back out of here.
Oh, okay.
Bye. Thanks for helping. Come back and visit. I'll be working on something for you.
Brick is actually gonna walk up and, since he's copied it all down, return the book. This was from the college. Thank you for letting me borrow.
Yeah, keep it.
I have it copied down.
I don't want it. It's a long walk.
All right.
I've read it hundreds of times. I know exactly every word that's in it. Don't need it.
Brick's gonna resist the urge to test that theory.
Kip gets the idea that you're trying to think of giving it back to him, so he holds the fork out. Go on, get.
Goodbye, my friend.
Bye. Wipe your feet on the way out.
All right, let's head back to the surface.
Starts to fade and get quieter.
So while we are walking towards this, does anybody actually remember how far we had to go down? I saw it.
Nope.
A long while.
We had to tie 2 ropes together. I think I remember
We are
that.
walking.
Okay, walking and
So-
talking.
Yeah.
You all walk towards the main street, hang a right, go through the carved tunnel. You eventually find your way to the rubble that came from the mines up above. It's about a 30-foot drop.
Zaan's gonna cast light on his hand as we get closer to the.
The brightness.
You hear Pez go and step behind you, so it's not... I mean, he's got his hat on, but it's instinctive.
The freaking urge to just kind of like turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Really.
I will shoot your head off.
I just like to test this theory. Continue walking.
By the way, Pez, I gave you the shotgun I had, right? That's the shotgun you're using?
Yes, as you can
Okay.
see, I am the literal Doom guy.
There's a
making
multitude of buttstocks over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Birds. Okay. So yeah, can we yeah, we have to figure out how we're gonna get out of the hole. But yeah, okay, let's go.
So as you gather at the base of the mine entrance, the rope that you had is still there.
Fine.
Climb?
Fine.
So why don't we do this? Wait, no, that's a good point. Let's do this one at a time.
I'm going first.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's do the light people first.
You said it's 30 feet up, right?
How far? 30 feet?
Kasumi is gonna poof and misty step up to the top.
So as Pez, as you're like, oh, I'm going first, you hear a little... And then Kasumi's already kind of looking down at you from up top.
Hi!
Oh my god, I'm gonna do something cool.
Puppies.
Brick gets this interesting look on his face and goes, huh. And then out of existence too and appears next to you. This is fun to do.
Did you cast Misty Step?
Whoa!
Yeah.
So
You have that
where
ability too?
Kasumi's arcane energies were a little more... The wisps were kind of like curly and almost flower-like as the magic sucked her out of existence and put her back up top. Brick's was more electrical, sort of like a sparking and then appears beside you. That was fun.
Mage hand high five.
Who wants to go up with me? I promise it will be fun.
Nope.
Pez, you're still climbing up the rope as you just see the rest of your party just fucking appearing above you.
Don't worry, Pez. I can't do that. I'm gonna start climbing up after him.
Zaan's gonna pull out the rope of climbing and have the rope of climbing go wrap around the raptor up above and pull him up. I'm Mary Poppinsing this bitch.
I'm Mary Poppins, yo.
That's not how that works.
I don't think it works like that. I don't think that works like you think it works.
So you can command the opposite end to go up and attach and unfasten itself, but you can't make the bottom half start to move unless you are grasping the other end.
Oh, okay, my apologies. So then, yeah, I'm just gonna climb it.
Okay. I have a hair or something. Get out of there.
Just gonna climb up next to him too. So how's the climbing going, guys? You guys having fun climbing?
Fuck off.
Oh,
I will. I'm gonna shoot him.
I'm holding a sword and you're climbing a rope.
You're climbing a rope too.
Yes, but I have a sword.
Anyway, moving on. You all make it up without any issue. I'm assuming you gather up the rope that you had left there to get down before.
Okay, I just pull it up.
Okay. So you're back at the mouth of the buried city entrance. Around you are the smell is not great. Thankfully, it's a little bit drier here, so there was more dirt to absorb the goo of the slowly fading mushrooms that you had taken care of with the daylight spell and slain the Molder Titans before. It's still a little goopy, and you kind of take your time to like walk around the decayed corpses, but eventually you do find yourself back at the familiar pitfall from 2 days prior.
Was this the pit that Brick fell down with the rope?
That's the one.
Ah, so we're still trapped.
How far up is this one?
Zaan has the light spell.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Me or them?
Whoever. Brick specifically,
Okay.
since he was asking about it.
Okay, go ahead.
21.
21? Looks to be about 60, 70 feet up.
Okay.
Hey, Brick.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Go on.
Throw me.
Gotcha.
Make a strength check?
Why don't
Alright.
we just use mortar?
Are we doing strength or athletics?
That's a great question. Let me take a look see here.
Why don't we just use mortar? The
Too
fire
late.
rope.
He's yeeting. Yeah, athletics will do. As Pez is
10.
sitting in his palm, you say, "Why don't we send more?" Pez, you go up maybe 10 feet, and then gravity takes hold as you reach the parabola, and you start coming back down.
I catch him.
It's not that
My
hard.
frills poof
Yeah,
out
I-
like an umbrella.
I catch him and say, "Sorry, I slipped."
Can we use mortar and the rope now?
Yeah, Zaan's gonna just use his rope of the new rope that he got, rope of climbing, and have it go up for him.
Rick, wanting to show off some more, is going to try something that he doesn't know if it's going to work. But he's going to Misty Step 30 feet into the air, and then Misty Step again and grab onto the ledge and pull himself up.
Okay, so as Vanira and Zaan, and I'm assuming Kasumi are just watching your antics, Zaan's holding the end of the rope, just watching the rope go up as Brick is doing his thing. You cast Misty Step the first time, and then as you appear in the air and you begin to free fall, I need you to make an Arcana check at disadvantage as you're trying to concentrate on the spell while relocating and falling.
Are we in like the terrible twos now? Just gonna ask Zaan.
Wait,
Like,
what?
is he acting out?
It's 14.
14. As you bamf into existence, you realize, oh shit, this is a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. You try to bamf again, and you're just short. You kind of go against the side of the wall, and you just start to slide down.
Try to bamf one more time.
Okay, you've got a little bit more room to work with here. You're able to bamf yourself up. Again, you misjudge it a little bit, and you kind of bamf yourself into the beam with a solid thud, and then, belly flop. And
I'm okay.
I'll say 2 points of bludgeoning damage from the.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just gonna wait for my rope to get up. And said, Veneer, I honestly don't know. Maybe he could be in the terrible 20s, but I mean, he's learning from all of us. So I mean,
While Zaan is having this conversation very casually with you, the rope has gone up, tied itself around the banister or the crossbeam above, and Zaan, you give it a little. It's tight.
let's do this.
All
Start
right.
climbing.
For expediency, you all are able to take your time. You all make it to the top. Brick is already up there. He's able to help you over the edge with very little effort. You gather up your rope. You make sure that everything is still where it should be. You all make your way outside. And as you reach the mouth of the cave, the sun seems to be almost directly overhead. It would seem it's either about to be or just about noon.
As shrivels up and dies.
I was not expecting that.
You know that episode where SpongeBob tries Gary's food and he's just like, "Bleh!" That's Pez. So
It's all
Pez,
good.
even though he has his Dune hat on, he instinctively shrinks and shies away from the sun, pulling it further down over his eyes.
Vanira's gonna hold out her cloak, shield Pez with it.
Oh.
You all do
Thank
need
you.
to take a little bit of time to allow your eyes to adjust, as you have been in mostly pitch dark for the last 2 to 3 days. Almost.
I've never gotten to do this before. I want to do this. Son's gonna stick his fingers in his mouth and whistle really fucking loudly and see if it brings his mouth.
Okay. You all sit there as Zaan lets out a shrill whistle. You wait for a bit. Still no noise. No insects. No wildlife. You barely even hear the wind. Speaking of, we need to gotta change something.
It's very creepy up here still.
Pretty sure if we left all the mounts up there, Juniper would have eaten everything.
Might have side effects, possibly.
Rick's just gonna start walking towards where they left the mounts.
Ooh, new background. What is that behind Zaan? What is that?
Don't worry
What's
about
behind me?
I want to know it has a fin.
Oh, wait, what? I'm missing something here. What's going on?
it. He's looking at the stream. I changed the background from the cave.
Oh, okay.
It has a fin.
There's something on its head. Is it a rock?
It's not just it's just a boulder. It's a rock.
Not just a boulder. It's a rock.
Okay, so you all head through the town. It's still as empty and decrepit and ruined as you had left it. However, the
Same.
mushrooms that you had seen lingering in the shadows are all gone.
You shrooms.
So, you all head down from the plateau that was once Drybell. You head over to where your mounts were once located. And they are not there. You see strips of leather where their harnesses had been previously attached to some wood, and there seemed to be some dried up brown earth.
Oh, those motherfuckers.
Ranger mode activate.
was about to say, Zaan seen dried blood before. Is this dried blood?
Need you both to make a survival check. Or, sorry, hold on. Is that what I want you to do? You know what? Survival or nature? You two can choose.
I am proficient in survival.
Yeah, I'm gonna do survival as well.
Survival it is.
13 plus 5. So 18.
Natural 20, so
Nice.
25.
A natural 20. Zaan, you start to calculate and hone in your tracking, but you become distracted because both Pez and Hamburger both all fours and start going around on the ground. Do you all follow Pez as he...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you find it, boy? Message you smelling.
Well,
Damn it, you beat me to it.
Timmy's in the well.
So, you all begin to follow Pez. He eventually gets up from being on all fours, and with that natural 20, he's able to see the tracks from a mile off. You walk for a little ways, maybe 5 minutes, and you see some familiar silhouettes in the distance. There is a large carnivore, an equally large herbivore. You see a small raptor-looking creature. Seems to be laying a little short ways away from the other two. And there's another silhouette. Sort of similar to Kiwi's shape, but much smaller. So you all approach.
Yes.
Cautiously, but yes.
Cautiously.
I use thaumaturgy.
You may. What are you casting? Or what are you doing?
I would like to make my voice boom.
You make your voice boom. What do you say?
Kiwi!
As you all, some of you are a little on edge, and you just hear this, Kiwi! And you see one head lift and turn, looking off towards you. Seems to have recognized your call.
Kiwi!
So you all approach the your small group of mounts. As you get closer, Juniper is the first one to come into view. Seems to be scratched and bloodied, but seems otherwise okay and is laying down. Kiwi is also laying very close to the Allosaurus. There's an extra strip of leather around its neck that seems a bit tight. Zaan, your Deinonychus is laying atop a pile of corpses and seems to still be nibbling at some of the meat that's lingering on the bones. He's also a bit bloodied, has some scratches around his face and neck. And the other dinosaur that is sitting nearby but a little bit further away appears to have the lower half of its rider still in the saddle.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
What the fuck happened here?
As you ask the question, the rest of you
I
hear...
cast it too.
Okay, so Pez casts it, and you all hear the growling and kind of grumbling. And Vanera, as you hear him doing this, you think, oh, shit, and you cast a spell. You miss what he asks, but as he asks this, Kiwi gets up and lumbers over towards Vanera and kind of bumps you with the bridge of her nose. And you hear, people tried to take us. And then you hear the deep rumbling from Juniper. And we stopped them. And from Zaan's Deinonychus, you just hear a...
So we have Shinzi, Bonsai, and Ed.
I didn't even think of that. That's perfect. The other one sitting a short ways off seems a little timid. I didn't want to, but go where the rider tells me to.
Hey, why don't you come over here? We ain't gonna bite you.
I make no promises.
Trying to
Look over at Brick and Kasumi while they are both speaking in dinosaur.
No, that didn't work.
Rawr.
So, that I'm proud as far as I'm concerned. That's about what's expected.
Are they like super duper hurt?
They definitely seem to have fared better than whoever tried to take them. And so you can see what the other dinosaur looks like. It is called a
Looks like an Edmontosaurus.
It's a Fukiasaurus. And it's about
Watermelon.
I would say it's about its back is shoulder height to you, Vanera. So it's a pretty decent size. And it still has the about belly button down of whoever its previous rider was still in the saddle.
Can you tell us anything about your companions?
They came and tried to take them, and it turns its head to look at the other three, and that's what's left. And as she says this, Zaan's Deinonychus sort of wriggles on the pile like
Do you have a name?
No.
Oh.
Would you like to stay with us?
Safer than with them. And she looks back at the pile.
Very much safer. She's gonna dig in her pouch and pull out one of the berries that she has. I'm guessing y'all are hungry.
You hear the deep rumbling from Juniper. I'm full.
Yeah.
Lady V, while you tend to their stomachs, I'm gonna take care of that legs on the other one's back.
Make sure you pickpocket him first.
It's starting to
Will do.
itch.
So proud of her.
You see that most of the blood that came out is now all over her back and is dried and flaking.
I'm just gonna scratch it off.
As I just push the legs off after rummaging through the pockets.
Rummaging through the pockets, there doesn't seem to be much there. The clothes weren't of good make. Seems maybe that whoever attempted to take the mounts were struggling a bit themselves and were just trying to get anything that they could. And they messed with the wrong critters.
So no identifying pieces on them, sir? Okay.
Just those legs and some crummy looking pants. They're, as you push the legs off, the pile seems to be a mixture of creatures and humanoid remains. Fairly sufficiently picked clean. But whereas the Fukuisaurus is a herbivore of sorts, the other dinosaur bones in the pile were carnivorous, which would explain the scratch marks and some of the bite marks on your other mounts.
So, you were just their pack mule. Kind of derogatory, but
I don't know what a mule is.
a beast of burden.
Maybe.
Well, if you join us, you won't be that. You'll be one of us. you'll be an equal, and we'll give you a name.
She seems to kind of perk her head up and give it a little bit of a tilt.
Asumi,
Yes.
would you like a mount?
I suppose. I usually travel light.
That's a Deinonychus kind of like. "Brrr."
Bellyache. Would you like to name her?
What color is she?
I'm gonna be honest, I hadn't thought that far. I just saw the dinosaur, thought it was cute.
Yeah,
Stop there.
how could you?
I know.
I don't know. What color do you want it to be? I don't care.
If
Could be
it's
more.
like gray, I'll call her Shade.
There it is. So we'll say that the bottom belly part of her is a lighter gray with darker black banding going up towards her spines. When it gets a little bit further, the stripes get a little bit of a hint of red to them, but a very kind of desaturated red color.
Okay.
Zaan's gonna walk over to Fang and start petting him, scratching him.
How are y'all feeling?
To the dinos?
Dinosaurs.
He knows.
Kiwi kind of bumps you again. Neck hurts.
She takes off the collar that they tried.
You as you remove the collar, she gives a full body kind of like, oh.
Scratchies.
I tend to Juniper, and Hamburger also tends to Juniper.
Juniper is kind of giving off the tough guy act. Not really that badly hurt, but you still would want to take care of the wounds, make sure they don't get infected. So Juniper sits there calmly and lets you tend to the wounds. Kiwi kind of gives a little bit of a bellow as you tend to her. She's not very happy, but she sits as still as she can. Zaan's Deinonychus almost seems to not want the wounds tended to, just kind of wants the scars to look cool.
Fang. It's Fang.
Fang, sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called, so
You're good. I had to look it up myself.
yeah.
That's fine. Okay, stop fussing. You can have the scars, but we're gonna make sure you don't get hurt. I'm so proud of you.
But it sits there and lets the wounds be cleaned.
You don't scare me. You're
Well,
my-
where are we going now?
Luna win?
Listen here. That is Lunawin from here. Yeah.
Shouldn't be far.
Well,
Luna Wind will be along the railroad tracks to the east-northeast.
My memory isn't that good because the sunlight hurts my eyes. But didn't we, like, let someone know that if they don't hear from us in a couple days that they would, like, either A, send someone to search for us, or B,
No.
not look for us? I can't really
No,
remember.
if he tells them not to come to us. Sorry.
I'd send a page to Canlin, telling her not to come looking for us.
I wonder if she could dispatch a train.
I mean,
Then again, we could just ride there. But
are we near Drybell?
Luna Wind?
Lunawind, sorry.
Uh,
We're in Drybell.
best that you could guess is you're maybe 2.5 days travel, especially if you're all on your mounts.
A good bonding experience for Kasumi's new mount.
You could go have pocket bacon.
Let's go. Come on.
Pez is already jumping up onto Juniper's back.
I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. Is that okay, Kasumi?
Yeah, it'll be an adjustment. I've never ridden a mount before and controlled it. I'm used to traveling in my fox form.
I could teach you.
Okay.
No, I'm sure we could make a little platform on the saddle and have like a little box. Make it nest
A little apple box. I'm sure
yeah.
Brick has some of those.
Fucking hell.
Gonna let that one slide.
Rick, are you okay upset? You seem kind of annoyed.
What? No. Brick doesn't know anything.
Kasumi is going to get up, attempt to like gracefully get up, pull herself up on the back of the dino, but she's going to sit side saddle with her kimono, so she's got her ankles, and she's like, how do I do this?
As will join you, and Brick can have Juniper.
Okay. So are you going to sit in front, behind?
Whatever is going to be best to teach.
Probably behind, so that she can be the one holding on to the reins. And we'll say that as you still have Speak with Animals up, that you're explaining to Shade that Kasumi's a new rider, and she sort of mellows out a little bit, and it's okay, I know what to do. Just kind of point me in the direction to go. I'll follow the big ones.
Good.
I love her.
Okay, so you all mount up. Pez, you're behind Kasumi, showing her how to hold the reins and how to kind of gently direct Shade where to go. And with you being side saddle, it's a little bit of a different technique on how to use your heels to indicate what you want it to do. But for the most part, Shade does seem to want to stay behind the bigger ones.
Perfect.
Let them take the front. So you all begin heading out. You spend the rest of the day traveling along the railroad tracks towards Lunawind. As night begins to fall, you all find yourself a comfortable place to rest nearby. Is there anything you would like to do for the evening?
Gonna put our tent out.
Pocket campsite.
Why didn't we use that when we were looking for beds?
I don't know.
Fucking god damn it, Kasumi.
I don't know if there's enough room.
Yeah, I don't
In
think
a city?
We would have to go to like the anyway, but that's besides the point.
We see the pocket campsite come out, we all just glare.
all of you.
Daggers.
She pulls it out. You're all just kind of like normal. Shade shies away a little bit. Wasn't expecting it. You all sit there staring at it and go, "What the fuck?"
God damn it!
What?
We could have used this.
Oh, but we found other beds.
I had a pillow for it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brick. But not that much, thank you. You almost killed us.
Only twice.
Oh. Zaan's gonna sit up with Fang like he did before. Lay
Okay.
against him, scratching the back of his neck, his feathers, while he caresses his delicious dinosaurs.
Fang's wounds have closed up a fair bit. It's no longer bloody. Seems well on the road to recovery. It's 3 slash marks down the back jaw area towards the neck. It's gonna look really badass when it scars. So Zaan and Fang curl up and bed down. Are you taking the night in shifts?
I'll take first watch.
I can take first watch with Venera.
Guess I can do second.
Okay.
I could do third.
I'll do third too.
Okay. So the 3 of you go down for the night. Brick and Venera, you stay up, sitting next to the campfire. Is there anything you would like to do for the night?
Read my book.
Which one? You have like 8.
The new one.
The new one. Okay. The new one about the gods. Got it.
Yeah.
Brick, anything you'd like to do?
Not at the moment. I will let you know in just a second while we roll perception checks, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Make perception checks as the night goes on.
Perception. 23.
Damn!
I'm not too far behind at a 19.
Okay. And the other... So Zaan is with Fang. Are the 2 of you in a tent? Pez and
I have
Kasumi?
fire.
Sorry, I meant... that was directed to Pez and Kasumi. I'm sorry. I should have clarified.
Yeah.
Okay. Venera, as you are flipping through your book, Shade was originally curled down next to Juniper and Kiwi, but got up after a little while and went and laid outside the tent that Kasumi was in. Also, with that roll, it takes you a little while. You feel that something's different. And you're reading for a while and you can't quite place it, and then you stop suddenly and you sit up, you look around, and you realize you're hearing life again. The chirping of crickets and other nighttime insects. It's the first time that you've heard any natural noise in 3 days. It seems that you are far enough away from Drybell now that life is somewhat normal.
I didn't know how happy it would be to hear crickets again.
I honestly didn't even know the difference.
I was so quiet towards Drybell.
Yes, something I forgot a lot.
She's just gonna kind of like relax into the book and kind of just enjoy life, so to speak.
Okay.
While she's kind of chilling, Brick's silent for a bit, but eventually he says, "So what now?"
Well, I guess we go check in at Drybell.
Luna Wind.
Lunawind, sorry. Thank you. There's so many places. Go check in there, and then go find a boat, I think. I think that's what we had next on the agenda. Oh, I could be wrong.
I believe you're right.
Venera, can you
Time
turn
for a
yourself
little-
up just a little bit?
No.
Next on the agenda is revenge for you and Kasumi, correct?
We shall see. I don't do revenge.
A rescue mission, then.
Yes.
and answers for Kazumi, at the very least.
Yes. That sounds correct. We'll have to see if Canlon is able to get a train for us.
So I don't know if we ever decided which way we were going, either north or south.
No, I guess we can ask Canlon for advice. And see if Amanda has anything. And then I guess go on from there. Yep.
I do want to talk to Amanda. It will be fun to see a look on her face when we tell her we named ourselves after her inn. Surprising people is fun.
Yes, I agree. So, it'll be good. I think she'll be surprised. And probably flattered. And then mad, wondering why we did that.
Emotions are strange.
Soiling her name across the country.
Yeah. I wanted to argue, but you're right.
I know I'm right. I know.
Well,
How long has it been?
How long has what been? Since your watch?
Is it? Yes. Is it time for a second watch?
If you guys are done talking, sure, we can go on to second watch.
Vanira doesn't want to talk to me.
Nira is very tired and has been underground for 3 days.
Vanira turned down just a smidge, like a happy middle ground.
No. Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Rick's just gonna keep talking, and eventually he notices Vanira has just conked out and goes, "Oh, who is taking next watch?" He walks over and kicks Zaan.
Whoosh.
No, he kicks Zaan, looks at him, goes, "Whoosh."
Young man, we are going to have a long talk about your manners when I wake up.
Your turn, old man.
Go to sleep.
Vanira, are you
I don't
staying
really
out under the
sleep.
stars, or are you...
Crawling my ass to bed.
Okay, so Vanira goes, lays in a tent. Zaan, were you taking this watch by yourself?
Yeah, think so.
Okay. So, the other two... Brick, are you doing the chair thing, or are you finding a tent?
I'm just gonna, T-pose in the sand.
Okay, so Brick lays down, lets his arm splay wide, eyes dim, not fully off, but they dim.
Ah, crap. Feel like I've left myself open.
Oh, yes, you have, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to be nice for once. We've been through a lot.
For once, he
But
says.
next time, get buried.
Bring it on, Buttercup.
So, DM, I do actually have a question about
Okay.
the spell that I'd like to use, because one component of it I just don't... Knowing my god, incense ain't a fucking thing we'd like to use.
What's spell?
Divination?
Incense can be one of many things. It could be actual incense. It could be just a sprig of a tree, a particular branch that you would need to burn. It is still technically a material component that you would need.
What about a Qhiph'aks tooth?
T-Rex tooth doesn't really burn. You would
They
need
look round.
incense.
Can I look for a twig that might be able to be used? Wait a minute, Brick has incense, doesn't he?
I was wondering if you were gonna remember that.
I knew it! Zaan's gonna pickpocket Brick for some incense.
I'm still technically awake.
Oh.
Are you
Brick.
doing it silently?
Brick.
Okay, you're waking him up.
Brick, give me some incense, please.
I ruffle around in my bag and pull out a single block of incense.
Thank
You're paying me back.
No, I'm not. You almost killed me.
Touche.
He says, "No, you almost killed me. Shh, go to sleep."
Kasumi's a cat.
No, shapeshift.
Professor McGonagall? Okay, so you take
Soft
the
fur you
incense
have.
from Brick, and his eyes once again dim.
Zaan's gonna go over to the fire, and for once be very formal and composed as he sits there cross-legged and hands across his legs, and toss the incense into the fire. I don't really know how the spell works, to be completely honest with you. It's kind of a new one for me.
To the fire! Isildur!
Hold on. Let me make sure I understand the effects of the spell here real quick.
You're good.
Divination.
Destroy it! Throw it
What's
into
that
the
again?
fire!
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So you sit there for a moment, and very quietly, you begin to hum one of the songs of your people, one of the tunes of a sea shanty that you've sung many, many times. And partway through, you take the incense in one hand, you crush it with a thumb, take a pinch, sprinkle it over the fire, continue the song, pinch the rest, toss it in. The flames flare slightly each time you throw the incense in. And for a moment, even though you're in the desert, you feel a cool breeze brush across the nape of your neck. You feel that you have made contact with Valkyrie. What is the question you wish to ask?
Sorry, I actually didn't read all the way down, so give me 2 seconds first. Or omen. And real fast, before I ask this, we did whatever we just did, like with this creature or whatever, for the dwarven god, right? Like this is the thing that we did because Brick talked to him.
The god warned of the creature and seemed to hint that leaving it alone would be detrimental.
Okay.
You are technically in Coyote's domain, though.
It's like, go Coyote, yeah! Shit, so a specific goal.
Coyote.
I know what I want to ask.
Okay.
Hey, Mother, I'm trying to find out. We've done something in Coyote's domains that would be somewhat noteworthy. By chance, would you happen to know how to pick him out from somebody? Have we bumped into him before? That you might know of?
Of Coyote?
No, I'm at,
You're asking if you bumped into Coyote before.
Oh, I can do any god! Holy shit! Hold on 1 second here. Can I change the god? I'm sorry, I apologize. I had no
Read
idea.
your spells.
Based on what I rolled, I would say no. Your first instinct would be to ask Valkyrie.
I guess I'm just gonna ask, how am I getting in contact with him?
With Coyote?
Yes, if she might
Okay.
have any insight
I'm
into
just
that.
making sure
You're
that
good, no,
I'm
no.
hearing your question correctly.
I'm more asking this in an inquisitive manner because again, I'm not used to kind of how this stuff works. So, yes.
I hope she's a smart ass.
Probably going to be. She's my mother. I get it from her. And my mom.
You sit there a moment with your back cooling, and you feel almost a pressure on your shoulders as if her strong hands have come to rest on them. You don't move, you sit there and you listen, your ears twitching, and you eyes close, and you feel a voice, oh so familiar, breathe into your ear. You have met him many times. You have a companion who knows how to make him find you. The pressure on your shoulder leaves. The coldness on your back slowly dissipates to the warmth of the desert as Valkyrie's present leaves.
Thank you, mother. Fucking Vanera. I knew that motherfucker just oozed something. I couldn't put my finger on it. Zaan's just like scratching fucking Fang. Oh, not scratching, like petting Fang more intensely than before as the gears are turning in his head. Doing his best imitation of Brick, as he thinks.
Is there smoke coming out too?
Probably so. More anger in his stupidity than anything else.
Okay.
Yeah. Next time he sees his patient, I'm going to have some very intense questions for him.
You see Fang he's been kind of awake, eyes closed, but still alert as you are awake. And as you speak this out loud, he kind of raises his head and kind of looks at you, confused, and sets his head back down.
Don't worry, Bang. Just enjoy your nap. You did good today. You deserve a voyeur's rest. Here's a bone.
Sort of lazily clamps it in his jaws and not really chewing, just lets it sit there.
Yeah. Good boy. I'm gonna lay against him for the rest of my... Oh, wait, I haven't even rolled a perception check yet, have I?
No, you've been communing with your god.
Yeah? Hope there ain't nobody behind me!
You were so intent on speaking with Valkyrie, and your mind is just roiling with this, like, quasi almost unfounded betrayal, because you kind of didn't really ask, so it's kind of also on you, but that's a problem for Zaan in the morning. And then you realize that you're sitting there and you're mulling this over for a while, and then you realize that a few hours have probably gone by, and even if not, fuck it. Someone else's turn to stay awake.
Yes, Taya. Gonna quietly go over to Pez's tent and then Kasumi's tent and rustle back. While trying to let, Shade still sleep.
Okay, so Zaan rouses the pair of you for your turn at the watch.
It is time for your watch, and it is time for me to go sleep on my fluffy Deinonychus.
Okay.
Alright.
Enjoy your watch. Zaan's gonna go plop himself down against Fang.
Kazumi's gonna go kind of find herself a seat close to the fire and just kind of sit there and do some meditating.
Okay. Pez, is there anything you would like to do for the evening?
I'm going to prairie dog and not prairie dog, meerkat on top of juniper. It's like how they look out for hyenas.
Okay. So you go clamber up on top of Juniper, who doesn't even seem to stir. It's just kind of used to these antics of yours. So you go and you alternate between standing up, sitting down, just keeping a watch. Perception check from the pair of you.
10.
10?
17.
17. So Kasumi, you're meditating quite a bit, and you fully intended to keep a watch, but maybe 20 minutes into your watch, you hear a rustling noise and some heavier footfalls as Shade gets up and comes and lays down next to you. Seems very, very clingy at the moment. Keeps a respectable distance, but is still nearby to you. Pez, as you are meerkatting, because prairie dogging is something totally different we're not going to get into. One of the times that you were standing up on Juniper's back, you see off in the distance about 6 large-necked silhouettes just crossing the horizon, and you begin to realize that you can really see their profile, not just because of your dark vision, but because the sun seems to be rising. Just a herd that seemed to have gotten up early to move along. You watch them as they cross over the railroad tracks in the distance. Keep on going. They pause for a bit. Their necks dip down. And they rise up again. Down, up. They seem to be lingering there for a while. Seem to have found something to graze upon.
Majestic.
Was not expecting that response. That's great. So, the sun begins to crest the horizon. The night passed uneventfully. It would seem that even though the long-necked creatures in the distance were probably the first real creatures you've seen nearby, that most animals are still giving the area around Drybell an instinctual wide berth. So, the morning comes, the light that you'd only seen for half the day yesterday awakens you as it hits your eyelids. It's a welcoming feeling to actually know what time of day it is.
It's a terrible feeling.
It's a pleasant feeling for some of you.
Everyone wakes up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Son.
Burns us.
So, the morning is yours.
Should we pack up camp and just mosey on out?
That sounds like a very good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Okay.
Thank you for the incense again, Brick. I appreciate it.
Oh, so that's why I was sneezing last night.
Oh, you will be fine. So I just get eye Vanera.
What?
Not in a bad way. Just like intently looks like,
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
Obviously something.
No.
Are you doing a stink eye competition?
What? Why would I be giving somebody a stink eye?
Stink eye competition.
So, the campsite slurped up into the magical pouch. You all mount up, begin following the tracks towards Lunawin again. Is there anything you would like to do throughout the day? Any conversations? Just travel?
How's everybody feeling? Feeling better now that we're out in the open?
Ready to go.
It'll be nice to be around people again.
But you're around people again. You have us.
Well, other people.
Is there something wrong with us?
Yes.
No, there's not. I miss the town environment.
Oh, okay.
Life.
I agree with Pez. There's definitely something wrong with us.
I am a
Well,
perfectly normal. So, yeah. Okay.
we're not normal.
I am totally normal.
No.
I'm the first of my kind. We're not normal.
I
I mean,
called him an egg.
father.
You and me both, but yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You all, for expediency's sake, you all travel for the rest of the day, talking, chatting, and as the sun begins to dip off to the west, you see a familiar line of buildings come into view. Town of Luna Wind is just over the horizon,
My wife!
and that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yay.
My wife!
My wife.
Thank you all so much for joining us the first time we've been properly live in quite a while. We should be back in the next 2 weeks, barring any complications. If you haven't already joined the Discord, links are down below. That's where you will find first whether we will be on our normal streaming schedule or not. We have started posting again to our Instagram, so if you prefer that over Discord, there is that as an option. I'll be trying to keep up with that as best as I can, but for the time being, anyone got anything else?
Nah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I think we should let them in on the joke. This isn't live. It's pre-recorded.
Oh, yeah. April Fools.
Oh, the other
Yes.
fools.
Yeah.
Zeke.
It was
Just
not
make sure-
pre-recorded.
Just make sure
No,
it doesn't
we're
take you a
live.
really long time to go get those apples again.
I have to tell you something after stream, because you just created a addendum basically to a joke from my internship.
That
I
was
don't know how I
not
feel
an
about it.
addendum.
No.
That was a story I told
That-
them over dinner.
Oh, you
That
did?
was
So
on
this happened.
purpose.
We weren't sure if you were going to catch it or not.
Yeah, no, I made the connection. I was like, I don't know. Wait, how? Motherfuckers.
That was on purpose.
Bit of an inside
Yes.
joke for
I
for
don't.
us,
I don't
but,
appreciate it. I don't
Ah,
appreciate
but
it
you're
at all.
smiling.
I smile when I feel awkward.
You love it, and you
All the
love
time.
us.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you in
Nice.
2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.